You know what I'm saying? I
Brother
did go like,
Shaka,
oh, yeah.
let me say this before I go. You are one of the most dangerous brothers in our community. Why? Because he has been listening for a long time, and when you say something, he's going to say, "Wait, but you said this on this day. Here's the video."
And he's going to have the
He is one of the
documentation.
most dangerous brothers in our community. And so I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that Soneta's audience now knows about you. He was talking to me about Shaka. I thought he was talking about Shaka almost for a second. Because Soneta love him some Shaka Ma'at forever. So I'm just honored that now we have a more global. I know Rob Moore was kind of making a joke, but he was also making a comment. The reality is that this internet is going to allow Africans all over the world to connect on our interest, and that is powerful. That is powerful.
Yes.
I'm honored to be on. I promise I will communicate with you. I'm watching your shows ardently, Shaka. So whenever you would like me to come and chat with you privately or publicly, please let me know.
Yeah.
Okay?
I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Grape Threat. Chris Harris threatened, and actually ED is missing. There's a typo. I'm going to correct that now. Added here on the other channel. Save changes. Corrected. So let me say it again. The title of this live stream is Grape Threat. Chris Harris threatened Napah Shadah with what? He shared her naked pictures? There's question marks after both those sentences. You know, when I come with a title, it's no cap. And as a matter of fact, I have updated my greeting. So Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, EET, and E Shaka Nugu Kemet. I hope there's no denial. You are happy like a denial. Let's see who's in the place to be. Donnie Williams is in the place to be. He wrote Airball MVP Harris, sorry. Sister Andrea Burnett is in the place to be. Let me get a fair disclaimer out of the way. I mean, I said yesterday that, you know, I'm tired of reading it, but this time I'm going to read it because you never know. Those people, they have, you know, try to get my channel deleted so many times, you know, who know? They may wake up tomorrow and try again. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. And actually, I realized I almost forgot to check the sound quality. Okay, sounds good on my end. And thank you once again, brother Donnie, for telling me that it sounds good. So, man, man. Hard to catch up with those people. Now, there's something interesting, and I think I mentioned that yesterday. You see, on the right, you have Filthy Frankie Scam Cheddar stream, and you can see at the top right, $20. That's the fee for the debate. Now, at the bottom, it says 5 days ago. It's French, diffusé il y a 5 jours, which means broadcasted 5 days ago. Now, on the left, it says diffusé il y a 18 heures, which means broadcasted 18 hours ago. So that's basically, the latest live stream. Now, this is the same flyer. So it says $20 at the top right corner of the screen. And you can see it's 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 53 seconds. So that's broadly 2 hours. It was broadcasted publicly. What happened? There's always something that happens. What happened? Oh, Andrew wrote, no, your sound is not good. So let me check it. Thank you for telling me. Let me check it. Yes, indeed, I can hear that it is cracking. I'm gonna have to try something, but I don't want to keep this too long on the screen. So something may have happened. So now I'm gonna try to fix the sound. What can I do? Settings, audio. To my personal thing. Oh, well, actually, it is not where it usually. That level here. Okay, I'm going to try now. Let's see how it is now. I'm wondering if it's because the cable was on because it was charging, but usually when I charge it, it doesn't do that. But let me try to hear how it is now. Okay. Sorry if it was noisy. Let's try now. Let's try now. Okay, Andrea wrote that it's good now. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much for telling me, Sister Andrea Burnett, because it's very important that the sound quality is good. So do not hesitate, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. If the sound is not good on your end, thank you once again to both you, Sister Andrea, and also Donnie. So I guess we're gonna start, gonna get to the nitty gritty. And here on Napah Shadah, she was live just earlier.
and she banged on Chris like there was no tomorrow.
Like, what? Bob, where? You're the one that was looking at my nude pictures that Solar Mind sent you in 2019. You freak. And how do I know?
So at the beginning, her sound quality wasn't great. People told her, and at one point, she will fix it. Okay, so you're gonna have to bear with it. So let's continue. She's gonna get to the nitty-gritty straight away. You see the title? Rape Threat? As a matter of fact, I almost forgot to say that. I addressed that. There was a video when he talked about a lady, and I think he talked about her having thick lip or big lips and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he made some remarks that was like kind of not just like against her being a woman, but like you would think he was like negrophobic statement. I don't remember the title because I don't put people's names all the time in the title. So I looked for it while I was listening to Woof Woof, and I couldn't find that video. Maybe some of you heard me addressing it, right? But I think in the title there's something about thick lip or big lip or something like that. But I searched. Sometimes you search, it will still not come up. I searched with many keywords, did not find it, and I think on that video, Chris Harris talked about what he said to Napah. I don't remember if he owned up to it, but I have a feeling he may have addressed it. He may have said, oh, he was mad and he said this like that. You know what I'm saying? But, we're going to hear from Napah herself, but it would have been interesting for me to be able to play Chris Harris talking about that incident. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I was looking for something that Ngozi said. I didn't find that stuff because I said Ngozi said something strange. And I think he was talking about the Nubians, or the Nahisians or the Kushites. But I think he was talking about the Nubians. I did not find it, but I found the one where, that I've shared recently, where he said that the Canaanites in the Arabs of the 7th century were white. And he said that the ancient Egyptians were black. So I shared that. And I think not long ago, maybe a few days ago, I saw that video that I was looking for, the title, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I don't think that Chris's name is in the title. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So let's continue.
Because Neo X, when we were arguing, she said, you need to worry about those naked pictures Chris sent me of you.
So that's today. Monday, August 19, 2024. Now, I'm in France, so it is August 19 on my end. In America, well, in New York at least, it is still, Sunday, August 18, you know what I'm saying? So, Napah said that Chris Harris sent her naked pictures, right? Let's go back a few seconds.
Because Neo X, when we were arguing, she said, you need to worry about those naked pictures Chris sent me of.
Naked pictures, plural. Chris sent Napah Shadah's naked pictures. That's what Napah said. And she said he was told to her by, one of those fake advocates. As a matter of fact, you have the link here to the fake advocate. So if you are interested, there it is. As a matter of fact, there's one thing that I said. And as I was looking for that Chris video, insulting a sister, talking about a physical feature, I forgot if he talked about hair as well, but I think he talked about the lips of the mouth, big lip, thick lip, big mouth or something like that. And then there was some profanity or something. But I did tell you, and I think, isn't her name Angie? But actually, it's Just Lovely Me. And that was 4 months ago. right? And just for the record, you have the link and the title in the chat, right? Now here, you can see that I address her response, right? And I just ask her, if she's gonna keep it real, because she's also like, oh, that's just my perspective. This is my perspective. Because not long ago, we seen some people. There's a bunch of people. None of them could say that it was wrong for somebody to insult children, underage children. That is, because some people, they may say, oh, I have children, but they're grown. Actually, we heard somebody said she doesn't give a F. She doesn't give a F. That's what she said. She doesn't give a F, right? So that lady, I was just wondering, because she used to like to say, oh, that's just my perspective. But, I'm losing sleep over it. But it's just for the record. People can see, that was 4 months ago. I didn't wake up and decide to address that person, and really it's best to deal with people according to their own standards. But that being said, let's go back to Filthy Frankie Sanetta's wife banging on Chris Harris. She's going to talk about the Grape Threat. When I come up with the title, it's no cap. And she will do that very shortly, within a few seconds.
Okay. And then, of course, she's a compulsive liar. She said she didn't say it. But I had a witness. She didn't know it was on the phone.
So she said she had a witness, but, maybe it's more than a witness. Maybe it's recorded. But let's continue.
Now watch her make 1,000 videos. I don't care. I'm in the car. Let me go ahead and get the link. Because you know how they'll be saying you lied in the pot, and then later on it'll come out. Like when I told y'all that Nandy was often homeless because of mental illness. I was like, she was homeless, sleeping on the floor of the church, and then she was in the shelter. I'm not making fun of it, because a lot of people who are mentally ill, they have an issue with homelessness. Everybody said I was lying, but now here she is home. She came out and said, I don't have a place to live. It's because of how she's not well in the mind, and she needs to get somebody to put her, have her in a living situation, a controlled living situation where she takes her meds, she gets therapy. So I know that is her issue. But everybody's like, oh, you're lying on her. Also, when she told me that she had, the situation, it came out, she was even said out of her own mouth, oh, I can't walk really fast because I have cancer in my, air quotes, stomach. So I don't lie on any of these people. I just sit back and wait for the truth to come out. I'm going to tell you, Chris Harris, Neil X, all of them are just compulsive liars. But I'm going to focus on Miss Harris right now, because
I don't know if you heard that, but she's nicknaming him Miss Harris. That's a conscious community, right?
He's actually going over our debate and calling me a whore while he's going over my information. Possibly, James. Am I still choppy? I'm trying to come in with another device, y'all. So just a second. But can you see the audacity? He's not a scholar. He's not an MVP. That would mean most valuable. He's useless. No one ever wants to debate him because he's disrespectful. Write that word down too. We wrote down pretender, disrespectful, and we wrote down sycophant, bootlicker. Okay, these are all great words to describe Chris Harris. Again, I don't have to talk about how he looks. I don't have to talk about them double cheeseburgers. Bacon cheeseburgers. He'd be hitting up through the drive-thru. Do you, boo? But let's talk about you as a man, and actually as a debater. Okay. Kung Fu Choppy, I know. Thank you. I'm getting in here. Damn. Let's see. Thank you. Got to go on the dumpster. Everybody, like, how are you going over my debate? And he thinks it hurts my feelings, y'all. No, I just need to point it out because we need to work it. We're going to get it to where people know who he really is. Oh, that's my choppiness. Let me hear. No, he's not even getting boss. She's getting. Oh yeah, it sounds bad. Okay, thank you. Hopefully this works. We'll see. I doubt it, because it's gonna be like, you know how it does that. Damn, I do not think this is gonna work. But hold on.
So,
Let me tell you for the record, this person here, now his account was created a while back, I think 2021. He or she wrote Shalom, that's a Neo Hebrew greeting, servants of Yahweh, a show about Sinaiah's wife. Now, the first thing on the title is Grape Threat. We will hear Napah Shadah saying that Chris Harris threatened her with grape. And that person come in here and ask that question. She made a whole show about Chris Harris. Sinaiah made many live streams, whole shows about me, against me, slandering me, speaking sexually about my daughter, right? Did you, Yahweh's blessed, say anything about Sinaiah speaking sexually about my daughter?
One day I see him, he got his daughter, 3 or 4 years old, sitting on his lap with her legs spread open on the internet. And you talking about pedophilia, the HOK pedophilia. That's when I saw it. I said, yeah, nigga, you need to take your daughter off your lap, nigga. Why is she sitting like that, spread eagle like that on your lap? So I knew that shit would hurt him. And it did, goddammit. That was a home run hit.
And Sinaiah is on top insulting the God of the Bible. Did you, Yahweh's blessed, have something to say?
There's nothing special about you because you following some spook ass God, some God who we know is narcissistic, who's demonic, who's a goddamn liar, who's bipolar. The God of the Bible is a bipolar motherfucker.
So Yahweh's blessed is on holiday. I encourage people to state if they disagree with me. But I cannot stand the hypocrisy. Like, don't you have something better to type? Like, you think I'm going to go back and forth about this ridiculous question? So she went live and said that Chris Harris threatened her with grape, and I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm just supposed to talk about what makes you happy. Now, that person has zero content, zero video, right? So I'm addressing the topic. I thought it was important, right? When we have somebody that's not anonymous and unidentified, a public figure that is accused of threatening a woman with grape, but you have people who come and put sentences like that, questions like that, acting like what you're doing is wrong. So he's on holiday, but by all means, if people disagree with me with information, see, check this out. If you don't like the topic that I'm addressing, I think there's no point coming here and say I don't like that topic. There's many people who go live or make pre-recorded videos, and it's a topic that I'm not interested in. I don't waste my time and say, oh, wait, what's the topic? That topic is useless. You know what I'm saying? So, but once again, if anybody disagree with something that I'm saying, some information, feel free. I don't mind if people disagree, but these kind of ridiculous statements, I don't have time for it, And okay, you know what? While we are at it, another Hebrew Israelite. So while we are at it, it's going to be done. Pick. Okay. I'm going to send it to myself. Boom. Boom. Going to download now. Okay, let's go. So, can get this out of the way. Yakanan, the Hebrew Israelite who is from the Congo, who said he doesn't like Africans. Apparently, it's non-Bantu Africans, to be precise, that he doesn't like, right? Oh, it's a good thing I checked. I have a video entitled Bantu is not a language, right? I already asked him the question because he left a comment on a video and then he left a comment on a post on my community tab on YouTube. And I asked him, is Bantu a language, yes or no? He did not answer. You know what people do, right? So he wrote that other message, that message here, comparing it to Europe is incorrect too. Bantu isn't a continent, it's a people on the continent. Compare them to, and you see, it says afficher la réponse, which means, you know, show the answer. I just asked him the same question. I told him, you're running from the question, is Bantu a language, yes or no? And here's his response. That's, you know, today for you guys in America, yesterday for me in Europe. He wrote, you are foolish. He said it's a language group. The man on your video said the same thing. You are a waste of time, really. So he said that I am foolish and I am a waste of time. He's on holiday too. And he's been on my panel for a long time, for over a year. So that person there that was in my chat can understand. It's nothing personal, right? Now, this is the guy who said that the Bantus come from the Middle East. Now, there's a brother who disagreed with me, Brother Wapfong. He wrote, Bantu is a language, Shaka. As a Southern African, I could easily expand on this for better understanding. Bantu is a language, minus the Swahili aspect, Shaka, and the word Ndugu is far more rooted in Southern Africa by virtue of their Bantu origins in a language. Bantu is much bigger than a tribe that came put of West Africa or the Congo Zaire. And I'm just going to show you my response. See, videos. Bantu is not a language. And look at my, there it is. Look at my response. I disagree. Let me make sure that he's sharing well. Yes. I disagree, but it's okay because we are respectful towards each other. Yakanan, the Congolese Hebrew Israelite who doesn't like Africans, said that I am foolish and a waste of time. So he's now on holiday, right? And that was 11 hours ago that I wrote that. Okay? Just for the record. Now, that being said, let me keep track of the comments. Number X is in the place to be. He wrote Hotep, the house of conscious mess is getting that karma now. Danny wrote Exhibit A. Number X wrote, yeah, they don't have to be here. Yeah, you don't have to be here. Some people, it's so funny. It's like they want to decide what you're supposed to talk about. And grape is allowed in their Bible. Their God allows rape. It's codified. If a virgin, unbetrothed virgin, gets raped, right, and the man is found, then he pays 50 shekels to the father of the rape victim. Then he marries her, and he cannot divorce her until he dies, right? Does he have a problem with that? Of course, I'm not saying that followers of the Bible do it, but there's an article about it, right? The Torah.com by a PhD, right? And there's many other things also, right? Anyway, now I'm an expert. Obviously, they like the topic. Donnie wrote facts. Now, Donnie wrote, it's the same ones telling people don't come here and math is boring. Yeah. Unidentified clowns. Nama X wrote, Bantu is a word for people. It's not an ethnic group. You know, the videos on my channel, I had a conversation on TikTok, and I just asked, is Bantu a language? And it is what it is. And I stated Bantu is not a language. That's what I stated. People have the right to disagree with me. As far as I'm concerned, Bantu is not a language. So if Bantu is a language, and maybe European is a language, maybe Asiatic is a language. Now, Marol, it's sad that our people use Europeans' definition to define themselves. Okay, so let's deal with Filthy Frankie's so-called wife. And she's going to spill some tea about a few other things as well. You know how they are when they talk.
Yeah. What about now? Nope. A second. Jeez. Okay, now I got it. How about now, everybody? Because I needed to, he was telling the truth on his live the other night, went from info to sex facts. Okay, well, I don't know we weren't talking about sex during the Real Life Street Stars interview, and my husband was right there. So I don't know what you're talking about. When we talked about domestic discipline, what you don't understand is that we did an event. We did a whole event earlier that day, and there was a person who was on the panel with his sub, and it was a domestic discipline situation. And I'm not even upset with you, because a lot of people are ignorant and they don't know what domestic discipline is. They watch a lot of porn, and they're
now. Donnie wrote she still hasn't spent any money on StreamYard. Now we've seen that she couldn't even afford, the non-free plan, and she did that on that channel. I don't want to make advertisement for Filthy Frankie's channel. She actually talked about another channel I did not even know existed. You know what I'm saying? But this platform, she's going to say the name anyway. But that's the platform that Filthy Frankie made to go at his ups. You know what I'm saying? And he made many live streams about me, and I responded to a few of them. But there's a few others, several others. Some I downloaded, some I did not even download. I did not even watch. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he begged people to flag me, and then he cried. He said that's bullying, and then he removed them. You know what I'm saying? So, so you never know. This one may be off, but I've already recorded my phone, and that's what I'm playing right now. Now, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let's continue.
addicted to porn, and they think domestic discipline means porn.
Now she's talking about people addicted to porn. You'd have the link to the video called the sidebar. Bantu is not a language. It's in the chat, okay? So everybody can see it. Now, a fair bit of my followers know, but many people probably don't know that while Polite had his daughter on his lap, Filthy Frankie Sanetta was caught looking at what looks like porn. And he cursed people out. So here's a link. Porn shown by the blah, 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 blah. Let's continue.
Or sex. Domestic discipline and sub and dom don't mean sex. There is a sex in a relationship of everyone, from homosexuals to monogamous relationships that are heterosexual to polygynous relationships. Every relationship for adults it has sex involved. Okay, so saying dom or sub or saying domestic discipline has nothing to do with pornography, because that's what he was saying. So he wasn't telling the truth Anthony Moore, but you show that you think of women as sex objects. And the interviewer, I could show the video, the interviewer was asking about what my opinion was with my husband right there, because my husband was there. He was asking of my opinion about sub and dom relationships. And I said, I am pro sub and dom, meaning there should be a sub in the relationship and there should be a dom in the relationship. And then he asked about fetishes. When he asked about fetishes, I said I wasn't going to go into it, but then I started to, by the way, I know these people. They're not just strangers. I didn't even add that part. These are people who were there. I'm friends with some of those people. Okay. So it wasn't like he was making it like I was trying to sleep with one of those men. Why was he doing that? I thought he was about information and debating, because all the women that he knows are whores. Napah
Shadah said that all the women that Chris Harris know are, and you heard the word she used. That's a conscious community.
Started coming for me. The women that he knows, if his definition of a whore is a woman talking to men in interviews, then all the women he knows are whores. Women in his life, right? Women who are on the internet that he knows, I guess all the women are whores, right? So my point is, Chris Harris decided to do a 4-hour stream on me because he's mad that he's not in the HOK anymore. He's mad that Sonnetter doesn't need him to lick his boots anymore. Sonnetter doesn't like the way Chris Harris has disrespected him for years. When I met Chris Harris, as I said about me being in the debate league in 2019, where all the premier debaters pretty much were, besides Jabari, when I was there, I was one of the top debaters. I was ranked number 4 in like a list of 15. I was high up in the rankings. I'm a good debater. I mean, I'm not boasting.
Napah Shadah, you are a clown when it comes to scholarship. I don't know who told you are a good debater, but you are a clown. You are a straight up clown. You are ridiculous. The only reason why we hear about you is because you went from one guy to another guy to another guy. I mean, don't get it twisted. Outside of the House of Conscience mess and their affiliates, if you engage, and it doesn't have to be a debate, if you engage about information, everybody will see how much of a clown you are. You are one of the worst person discussing history and even religion, even your so-called faith, right? Because your faith is not clear. You claim to be a follower of the Torah, so we will think that you are a Hebrew Israelite, but you are on tape saying that you are a god, not a goddess, a god.
My husband is a king, but guess what? I'm a queen. My husband is a god, but guess what? I'm a god.
So according to a follower of the Torah, for a human being to claim to be God, that's blasphemous, right? So your faith is not even clear. Your religion is not even clear. But you are ridiculous when it comes to information, when it comes to scholarship, when it comes to history, when it comes to religion. You are a real clown, a real clown. And just in case you hear this, right, and you feel like you're ready to engage, and I'm not even talking about the debate, just discussion about history and religion, you are ridiculous. But if you hear this and act like you're ready to pull up, right? Here's the link here. Here's the link here. And I will show and prove within minutes how much of a clown you are. You are ridiculous. The majority of the people of the House of Consciousness, they're not really that great when it comes to, information and all that, but you are one of the worst. You are one of the worst. Now, Norma X wrote, a real woman wouldn't say God. Hey, I don't know, how she used to get down before, you know. Now, Norma X wrote a real woman will say goddess. You know what I'm saying? But hey, she did that. That Nature Boy organization sign. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
I pride myself on working hard. Like yesterday, we had a great debate. Chris Harris is upset that he no longer can be featured on the premier top debate platform known to anyone who is a serious debater. He can't. And he attacks me because I mentioned that his information is not good and that people just, are just praising him. It's like a cult of personality thing. I didn't talk about his teeth or his overweightness. I didn't slow down videos of him for.
I have this ridiculous Napah Shadah on tape. When I was actually on that platform that she mentioned, when I was invited by her so-called husband, right? And once again, the first time I got there over a year ago, because he invited me, I talked about, the sexual abuse. Frankie didn't want to talk about it. And when he came on my panel, I talked about it again. Then he spoke more. I gave them all that. I gave the word to all of these people over there by myself, chilling. No help, no backup. I went again. I was invited again, dealt with the Medunecha, and we have this clown, Napah Shadah, trying to refute me because she was mad the day before when she was trying to, substantiate the Exodus story, the enslavement of the Hebrews in the Bible. And she was a clown. She was ridiculous. She didn't even know what to say. These girls try to criticize me over the Medunecha, right? When I was dealing with the Medunecha, can you believe it? This clown, Napah Shadah, tried to criticize me over what I was saying with the Medunecha, and she sounded like a clown again. Now, Chris Harris, he's a butt kisser. We all know that. He's kissing people's behind, and he's trying to move up. And that's how some people, that's how they are. That's their nature. He's a butt kisser, and that's how he gets down, right? But he can share a little bit of information. You know what I'm saying? But Wolf Napah Shadah, I mean, you are really, really ridiculous when it comes to information. Somebody got to tell you. I mean, you are a joke when it comes to information about history or religion. For real, just wake up. As a matter of fact, that debate she's talking about, it was 3 people against Jabari. Make that make sense. That's how weak they are. 3 people versus Jabari. And as a matter of fact, 3 of them are Hebrew Israelites. Make that make sense. See, Filthy Frankie is so desperate now that he announces a debate, and we are shown the flyer. $20. That's what was announced. I don't know if people paid, but the live stream, Danny wrote, yep, I was there. As a matter of fact, it's okay. If I see them in the chat, I'll ask them. The debate was played publicly on YouTube. So I don't know if the other people paid, right? But Filthy Frankie is so hurt and desperate now, he does a debate, 3 people versus 1. Where they do that at? Anyway, let's continue. I did say that we will hear it within a few seconds. It may be a few minutes, but you will all hear Napah Shadah accusing Chris Harris of threatening her with rape. You will hear that.
That he thinks that hurts me. Does he not know that people have done that? It's like hack now. But I'm glad you see that he does that. Anthony Moore talking about it was truth. What does that have to do with scholarship? See, he tries to play like he's all buttoned up to the top and I only do scholarship. I don't do any type of, trolling or slander. He does do slander and trolling. He does gossip. That's all he's ever done. And I keep going back to that debate league I was in. When I hit the panel, no one even knew me except for the Hebrew Israelite community. I was up on a panel. We were doing a spar session like we do on HOK. And we were talking about the Bible. When he got upset that I was getting the best of him in a scholarly conversation, he said, quote, "Why don't I hit you over the head, drag you in a cave, and grape you? Take the G off."
When I come with a title, it's no cap. When I come with a title, it's no cap. Now in the chat, did y'all hear Napah Shadah today, right, say that Chris Harris threatened to grape her? Yes or no? In the chat, let me see. Let me see if there's some participation, because I can do part 2. If there's no participation, then I can do part 2. There it is. Yes, sir. All right. I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. So Chris Harris, Marcus wrote, what? You didn't hear it, Marcus? Now, Marcus, I saw you on his chat too. I even saw, Dudu has Chef in his username, but I don't know if it was him, you know what I'm saying? But hey, people are free to go wherever they want. So Marcus, you didn't hear that? No, you didn't hear that? Okay, let me go back. Let me go back a few seconds.
About the Bible, when he got upset that I was getting the best of him in a scholarly conversation, I want you to hear his name. I'm glad you see that he does that, Anthony Moore, talking about it was truth. What does that have to do with scholarship? See, he tries to play like he's all buttoned up to the top and I only do scholarship. I don't do any type of, trolling or slander. He does do slander and trolling. He does gossip. That's all he's ever done. And I keep going back to that debate league I was in. When I hit the panel, no one even knew me except for the Hebrew Israelite community. I was up on a panel. We were doing a spar session like we do on HOK. And we were talking about the Bible. When he got upset that I was getting the best of him in a scholarly conversation, he said, quote, "Why don't I hit you over the head, drag you in a cave, and grape you? Take the G off."
So you arrived recently, Marcus, but she's talking about Chris Harris. She's going to say his name again. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. Grape you, take the G off, because, lately, for many reasons, analytics, and all that, on many different social network, people pronounce grape rather than, the way we normally pronounce it. Now I'm an extra, damn, Chris, that's a huge accusation. And now I'm an ex, I can't take that B to court. Well, if he said it, why would he try to take her to court? It may even be on tape. Marcus, what did he say that though? Once again, there's a video where we can hear Chris Harris talking to a black woman, talking about, her having big lip or thick lip and, insulting her. I think he addressed the accusation either on that video or another one, but I think it's on that video. I did not find it because I don't remember the title that I had. I'm not even sure if I put his name in the title, right? So I think he addressed that. I think he, but people are free to ask him. Maybe he's watching now. Maybe he will go live tomorrow and deal with that. Maybe he would deny, who knows, but probably it's on tape. Probably it's on tape. And even if it's no longer on tape, some people may have heard it. Some people have said, yeah, I heard him say that. As a matter of fact, she's going to say that he got 2 channels terminated because of flagging. I didn't even know that. She's going to say that. We're going to hear that. When they talk.
That's what he said. On my life, and it's true. He knows it's true. Then and so does that man over there who is a very sick person. I went to that person and I said, because that wasn't supposed to be tolerated. I said, this guy just said he would hit me over my head, drag me in a cave, and grape me. He called Chris Harris on the phone. and he put Chris Harris on the phone on a conference call with me, and he said, bro, you can't talk to her like that. And Chris says, fine, I apologize. And then me being me, I said, I don't.
She's already talking about somebody else who knew about this, a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, many of you know Chris Harris. Feel free to ask him. Feel free to ask Chris Harris if she lied. But it's their world.
I don't think that was a sincere apology. Chris Harris said, F you, bitch, and hung up. I didn't even know him. There was nothing to say that I was a whore because those, I wasn't popular like I am now. So he didn't need to do all that. All he needed to do was threaten to grape me because I was beating him up in a scholastic, scholarly conversation. And today, right now, he's going over my debate because he's jealous, and he's calling me a whore during the recap of the debate. Why? Because he's Chris Harris. He's a lowlife. He's a bootlicker. He's a fake. He's a pretender. He's disrespectful. You don't believe me? Let me go in and show you his channel and everyone that he ever.
Napah, you are so lucky. Like I told y'all, I recorded from my computer. Unfortunately, see, I had the video. I probably still have it. It did not pick up the audio. And she disrespected Black American woman. She's so lucky the audio didn't work. And who knows, maybe somebody have recorded that stream she did. That's one of the streams when she was banging on Filthy Frankie. You know what I'm saying? She disrespected Black American woman. And she's in here talking about you're disrespectful. But anyway, let's continue.
Ever wants to debate.
Now, maybe somebody have the recording of that stream she did. She even cried. She was teary-eyed at one point on that stream. Maybe somebody have recorded it. If you know somebody that have recorded it, tell them to send it to me. Yeah, websites like WeTransfer, free of charge, right? And for those who don't know my email address, it's in the chat. Just copy and paste it to avoid any mistakes. If somebody have that recording, I would just let people hear how she disrespected Black American woman. Several people said that, she has done that before, but, I like to play the stuff. Usually that's what I do. I back up what I say. You know what I'm saying? She was lucky that time for whatever reason. It did not pick the audio. See, when I do it on my phone, it's fine. This time I did it on my computer. I don't know what happened. She's so lucky. But you know what? Even if I had that, her husband is on tape saying that Black people ain't shit, right? And that dude who came in earlier, and Jabari Osai saying all these people, those Hebrew Israelites, all these people on that platform there, they have no problem with that. He's on tape saying that Black people ain't shh.
Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. The nigga always playing clips, right? Check this out. This nigga so dumb. He's playing.
I'm looking for the shorter one. I have a compilation, but you know what? Hey, we have time. No rush. No rush. So she's talking about, Chris is disrespectful. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's hear her sing and say my name when she was banging at her so-called husband.
Let me go back. She said my name.
Oh, yeah?
Dissing him. Yeah, dissing him, singing.
Set me free, why don't you, nigga? Keep watching Shaka Juju.
This nigga so dumb. He's playing my part when I said niggas ain't shit. And I stand on that. I'm making a clear distinction between niggas and Black people. He don't get the distinction that I'm making. So he thinking I'm getting at all black people, all of my people. No, I said this and I said it once, I said it twice. I learned this from Dr. Khalid. I learned this from Minister Farrakhan, the Old Testament Minister Farrakhan. How many of you heard Dr. Khalid bang on black people? How many of you heard Minister Farrakhan bang on black people? How many of you heard Huey P. Newton? See, this nigga, he's not in our struggle. So to hear me say black people ain't shit, we turn on each other. He think that's a diss to all black people. He don't understand it because his struggle is not our struggle. Check. I could show you so much information where black people is just murdering, raping, molesting each other. You gonna tell me that piece of shit is worth something? So when I say black people ain't shit, that's who I'm talking about. The niggas like him, that's who I'm talking about. The Shaka Doodles, that's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about DMG. I'm not talking about Black Lion Supreme. I'm not talking about Bond Dog. I'm not talking to my people. I'm talking about pieces of shit like that. That's who I'm referring to when I say black people ain't shit. People that fits in that category. But he think I'm talking about all black people. Khalid said that many times. I learned it from Khalid Muhammad. Huh? Because he teaches that we are stiff-necked and rebellious people. See, a nigga like Shaka here say nigga. Half-baked, half-fried, sissified, punkified, pasteurized, homogenized nigga. That's what he would call Shaka Doodoo. He would call Shaka Doodoo a homogenized nigga. Is that Khalid talking bad about black people? No, he's talking bad about niggas and coons. That's who he talking about. That's who your brother Sarnetta talking about. Check. I learned that from them, from these great minds. I learned that from Amos Wilson. I learned that from Amos Wilson. Check. You can see it in there. It's all in there. I learned that from Dr. Naeem Akbar. Nigga, I've been in this struggle for a long time. I've been on the pavement for a long time, bro. Putting in work. That's where I learned this struggle from. That's where I learned this from. Huh? I'm quite sure there's millions of people who feel the same way I feel when we talking about this, but he don't know our struggle. He's from France. Different struggle, bro. Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. The nigga always playing clips, right? Check this out. Let me show you how dumb and stupid this Shaka Doodoo nigga is. He always playing clips. Sarnetta disrespect the black people in the community. So he plays the video where I said, man, we as black people are fucked up. We are doomed. We don't respect each other. We don't love each other. We ain't shit. He plays that over and over. Guess what? I'm going to say it again. We as black people ain't shit when it comes to looking out for each other. We are jealous of each other. We are envious. We kill one another at the drop of a dime. You stepped on my shoe at the party, we'll pull out the gat and kill you. We'll have gats all over us. When the police come, we throw the gat away and we run. But when we see another brother come with the gat, we having a shootout with him. Check. So I'm telling you, and I'll say it again and again and again, and I'll stand on it. We as a people ain't shit, and we need to get our acts together. That's what I'm going to say. I am not going to tell you how great we are. We're the best that ever did it. Because if I do that, then guess what? I'll be just lying to you. We as a people, and make sure you cut this, Shaka Doodoo. That's how we know you watching. Cut this and cut it good. Because I'm going to tell you where I learned that from in a minute. We as black people ain't shit until we get our acts together. Where's our businesses at? Huh? We don't even make toilet paper, nigga. Another thing that he think he got me when I say things like, you know what? Black people ain't shit, man. We ain't shit. Notice I say we ain't shit. I include all of us because black people is our people, right? So I say, yeah, black people ain't shit. We the worst when it comes to going in on each other, doing the worst things to each other. I stand on that, nigga. And I say it again. We are the worst when it comes to destroying each other. I'll say it again and I say it again and I say it again. I make no apology for that. That's something that we're going to have to get the hell out of our system. I said black people ain't shit. And I stand on that. We ain't shit when it comes to each other, protecting each other, uplifting each other. We tear down each other like it's nothing. We'll make up some shit that all because of jealousy. Huh? All because of enviness. I stand on that, nigga. So chop this up and say, yo, look, Sarnetta said it again. He said black people ain't shit. Yes, I say it again and I say it again and again. That we fucked up when it comes to each other. One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. The niggas, it's like these dumb black ass niggas that was created in America by the white man. So I'll say it again. Black people are the worst of the worst when it comes to their own kind. I'm going to say it again, y'all. We are the worst people in the world when it comes to tearing down your own people. I make no apology for that statement.
So, Napah Shadah, that's not disrespectful. You see how much of a clown you are? Black people, and I say it again, I stand on that. That's your husband. That's not disrespectful, right? You are a clown, Napah. You are a clown, and the whole world can see it. Let's continue.
He disrespects them. How is that a top premier debater? Thank you, Barn Dog. Chris' behavior is deplorable. I beg that you and Sarnetta never rekindle a friendship with him again. You will block your blessings being friends with him. Preach that. That's the voice of, well, those are the words of God right there. Not the voice, but those words right there. Miss Nicole is speaking exactly the truth. We can't be friends with him ever again because we will block our blessings. That is amazing. I'm going to leave that up for a while because I want Sarnetta to see that. That's the point I make to him. We can't continue to forgive those who want us to be destroyed, who actually pray for our destruction. See, the fun.
She messed up real bad by saying those who pray for our destruction. Now, for the record, in the chat, you have Sarnetta disrespecting black women. Then you have Sarnetta disrespecting West Indians. Now, Napah Shadah is such a damn clown. It's amazing. Such a hypocrite clown. Here, prayer for the destruction of Islam and Christianity. Now let's hear Woof Woof Napah Shadah. Damn, what was the timestamp again?
You to forgive those who want us to be destroyed, who actually pray for our destruction.
Those who actually pray for our destruction. So that link here, let's listen to an excerpt.
Evil and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation and their drug dealers and their courts.
Really, you could have made it short and said,
Almighty God cursed everybody but the Hebrews. Like, you want to be short, but it's more entertaining, to go through that list. You know what I'm saying?
System and their prison system destroy Planned Parenthood and all the agencies of our enemies. Amalek and his synagogue with all his armies, with his weapons. The Roman Catholic Church that destroy our babies. And the Pope which passed judgment against our brothers.
In that long list, did he ask for the destruction of child molesters? Oh, you know what? I'm at it. ACP. He didn't say again. So, which is I find out some other time.
Islam, Christianity.
So you heard him. This is ISUPK's leader, and her husband wears their bandana. We have an ISUPK member. Damn, I don't know what the link did not. Well, it's not even the link, but I guess I understand why it didn't go through this time. But I can copy and paste, so I will put that directly in the chat. On her husband's platform, people can teach that they hate Africans.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
That doesn't bother her. I guess that's not disrespectful. So indeed, this dude called for, well, it's not showing. I put it in the chat, but never mind. But he called for the destruction of the Edomites, because you're going to hear how she's going to play Chris Harris saying something towards white people. Now, for those who don't know, when they talk about Edomites, correct me if I'm wrong, but they mean white people, just like they use Hamites or Hamites for Africans, right? The destruction of the Roman Catholic Church, right? So Catholics, Islam, and Christianity. Now, that brother Law was in her chat. He's a Muslim. Brother Law, what say you? Sanetta wears their bandana. But I guess that gets a pass.
So, here's the for the idea. When I advise check out energy to
militia groups, Egyptology, militia groups, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, the space program.
He said lesbian movement, but did he say like what about the males?
The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines,
all the vets, all the people in the Army, in the Navy, man, they are praying for your destruction, man.
Wall Street, deal with them all. Open up the internet and the airwaves. The cable access channel and the radio channel.
We've been about space program.
Yeah. Deal with them all. Open up the internet and the airwaves. The cable access channel and the radio channel.
Dang, destruction on the cable channels.
Convict the spirit of any of our people that seek to stop us. Bring
This is the ISUPK leader, if I'm not mistaken. That's who they call General Yohana. He's praying for the destruction of the Catholic Church, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, the military, the Navy, and the list goes on. The Nama X wrote, this might be a disagreement, but they are not wrong. So you are okay with people praying for the destruction of the Catholic Church, Christianity, Islam, Egyptology, the military, the army, the navy, the radio station, the cable TV. Hey, to each his own. I ain't losing sleep over that. But for a strange reason, we did not hear him say that he prays for the destruction of child molesters, because for those who don't know, ISUPK publicly support convicted child molesters. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to end that clip now, and we're going to go back to Wolf with Napah Shadah. But
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. Maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite, because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape, or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have
double
a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books. But Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all
This how I know you taking a strong.
double standard.
This how I know you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lot of.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No,
you still support
what remains the same?
Guilty.
But what remains the same, though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty. But he also...
See, the funny thing is about Chris, I never liked him personally, but I always was the one telling Sonetter, go ahead, up to a point. After he did the whole HOK is done, when everybody backstabbed Sonetter and tried to kill him for something he didn't do. Remember when that Polite sentencing came out, and Chris, Garfield, and a few other people who pretended to be friends with Sonetter, they just threw Sonetter under the bus. And that broke, even right now I'm getting emotional. That hurt me so badly to see them do him like that. I didn't like them, but to see them do that to him, Chris really wanted to see Sonetter end. After Sonetter gave Chris his following, Chris Harris had 42, I think maybe 100, I'm gonna say 100, but 100 subscribers when he was over on SWVL debating. When I left SWVL and I went to the HOK.
You know what's funny? That's a girl who left Sonetter, who went to LA or wherever it was with Killer Priest. She claims that she only went there for music, but we have her on tape with her hand on Killer Priest's lap, in what looks like a living room, not a studio for live streaming. Right? We have Sonetter on tape who went in the chat when Killer Priest was live and he accused Napah of stealing the money. We have Napah on tape saying that Sonetter threatened her and her family members. Right? She has all this to say about Chris Harris, but she said that Chris Harris threatened her with grape. So the dude threatened you with grape, and you told Filthy Frankie Sonetter, have him on the panel. Now we're supposed to believe that it's thanks to you that Chris got on the HOK. So it did not bother you that a guy who threatened yourself personally with grape, you had no problem with that. You're on tape, Wolf of Napah Shadah said that you met Polite's victim. Judah Nasra asked you if you knew that Polite molested Sonetter's niece. You refused to answer. So he swore on the Bible, he held the Bible. And he asked you over and over and over again if you knew that Polite molested Sanada's niece. You refused to answer. I'm going to share the link for those who haven't seen it. There it is. Exhibit B. Exhibit B. So Napah Shadah, Judah Nasrallah swore on the Bible that you knew Polite molested Sanada's niece, and you met with Polite's victim. Did you warn the mother? Here's the link in the chat. Napah Shadah called pedophile by Judah Nasrallah. Did she know Polite molested Sanada's niece? He asked her over and over and over again. She refused to answer because she know the answer will not sound good. So you, according to Judah Nasrallah, you knew Polite molested Sanada's niece. You are on tape. You said that you met Polite's victim, who was 14 years old, when he sexually abused her. Did you warn the mother? Did you warn the girl? We also have, and I shared that in that video right there, Zion Lex saying that he recorded the argument between you and Sanada. What did you argue about? Why did you want to call the police?
Okay. I never was a whore, but they want to say I was. See, let me say this to the sisters, by the way. I'm a debater, right? I'm a personality just like everyone else. If I do an interview and somebody asks me, what do you think about fetishes? And I give a appropriate answer. I don't go into my bedroom. I don't talk under my clothes. I speak like an adult with an appropriate answer that is not trying to arouse anyone. I'm called a whore. You see this? You see this, ladies and gentlemen? I'm called a whore. Why am I called a whore? Because you want to drag me down because you feel intimidated by me. I wasn't being a whore. See, but I'm gonna get back to Chris Harris. Chris Harris, when he came over, even though he had talked about me like a dog, even though he did receive my nudes from Solar Mind, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because Solar Mind told me he sent them to Chris Harris. And Solar Mind told me he sent them to Lex Vortex. And Solar Mind told me he sent them to Minister Howell. And Solar Mind told me he was sending them out to all these people. Of course, that was when we were arguing and I was in the league and they said, no, I really didn't do it. Turns out that he did do it. I digress again. But when Chris Harris, all the things that he did, how he sexually harassed me, how he disrespected me, how he...
She just said that Chris sexually harassed her. Make that make sense? She made a video saying that I, Shaka Ndugu Kemet, my art forever, am a sexual abuser. She took it down though, because she's a clown, but she knows that she really looked like an idiot. But she refused to answer when she was asked if Polite molested Sanada's niece. Sanada is on tape, accusing Polite of doing that. She said, she's family, she's my niece. He's on tape already. He took it down, but people recorded it. So Sanada knew. Did Sanada warn the mother and her 14-year-old daughter?
How he gang stalked me over there with those men because I was a debater. He got the pictures from Solar, the Watcher. Yeah, you don't have to, I don't care. You not believing it, thankfully, doesn't make it not true. Okay? Let me say it again. You not believing it, my friend, doesn't make it not true. I got to say that one more time. Just because you refuse to believe the truth doesn't mean the truth isn't the truth. Okay? Now, back to what I was saying. After all of that, how I don't even like him as a person. I know he's fake. I know he's a backstabber. Kansu told me that. Let me show you all the associations he had. He's associated, he jumps back and forth. Like, I'm good with you. I'm against you. I backstab you.
Napah Shadah, you don't jump back and forth? You got with JJ 7000 first, didn't you? I think he's the one who hit it first, like Ray J's song. Then you got with Solomon. Then you go with Killer Priest. Oh no, sorry. Then you go with Filthy Frankie. Then you go with Killer Priest. And some people say that, you know, some other person, some other Hebrews or like that, she got with. Solomon, you never met him, but he had naked pictures of you and apparently naked videos. Apparently he's not the only one. You're on tape insulting your husband, Napah Shadah.
So he was good with Solar. Follow me. Solar gave him the trophy, babied him, rigged debates, rigged judgments for him. He became the league champion. What happened?
If Solar rigged the debates and the judgment, why did you stay on that platform, in that so-called debate league? Now she's saying it was all fake. Just like when, you know what? Let me show you. Exhibit C. You know those people, they're so funny. Are they trying to reinvent the wheel? Acting like when she went with Kira Priest, Sinai knew about it, and he agreed. Exhibit C. Napah Shadah stole Sinai's money? Question mark. Look at her. You see the chat?
Thumbnail better because we see both of them.
In the chat, we have Sanada's studio, her husband, who wrote, Napah ran off and stolen the money from my and Jabari debate. So stop acting like Sanada knew and he agreed. You left Sanada and you got down with Killer Priest. And he accused you publicly of stealing the money. Donnie's asking 10,000, right? Well, you know, we don't know exactly how much because nobody's saying where the money went. No. But we have Napah, who went live and said that she was threatened with death. And she said that Jabari is a scam artist. We have Napah Shadah on tape calling Jabari Osase from the Shrine of Isfet, the Shrine of Isfet, that some people call Shrine of Ma'at. She accused him of being a scam artist. Here's the link in the chat. But that's not all. Napah also said that Sanada made threats against her, her mother, and her sister. So you don't jump from. So you know about people molesting children, people threaten you, your mother, your sister. Here's the link in the chat. Jabari called a scammer by Sanetta's wife Napah, and she said that Killer Priest heard the threats against her mother and her sister. That's receipts. She's the one who said it.
He saw a bigger, this is called hypergamy. Women do this. So that's why I'm calling him Miss Harris. He saw a bigger person who had more power than Solar. A woman, that's a woman's mind, says, I don't want to be in this person's league who gave me the trophy. I want to go to the HOK. So then when he saw he had an opportunity to come, when he hit that panel the first time on the HOK, that's my husband. I don't care what y'all think in the front. That's my husband. All I got to do is say, I don't want him around, and he won't.
Another one in the chat. Napah Shadah details how Sanetta abused her for years.
Won't be around. I said, you know, that's the guy who I told you about who was harassing me over there with all those other guys. And he said, oh, really, baby? I won't ever let that nigga back on again. I said, no, he could come in. You know, he hasn't said anything disrespectful to me now, and that was in the past. See, that was me that did that for this bitch ass nigga. Okay? And there's more that I did. I did tell my husband, yes, Chris is the one who said, I'll hit you over the head and great. I tell my husband everything.
So Sanetta knew that Chris Harris threatened Napah Shadah with Grape. She said it. And here's another one. Death wish. Death wish on Sanetta was okay for Napah. She went on the ops panel. Judas Nasty wished death on Sanetta. She was on her panel. It was okay. She was on Judas Nasty panel when he banged on Filthy Frankie Sanetta. And then she wanted to tell people, oh, you jump from panel to panel. Make that make sense.
And Solar Mind sent my pictures. Of course, Chris tried to play that. Now remember the word pretend. Y'all got to get pretender out there. Oh, here he is right here. And the one who was going over my my video for 4 hours calling me a bot, and the one who starts getting no, you know what's up. That's not the Chris Harris that he presented himself as. Here's look, big bro. I just do information, big bro.
Another one in the chat. Beaten woman, that's Napah Shadah, says it's okay to get beaten, but not in front of people. She's on tape saying that.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I never disrespect her. I have no problem with her, big bro. But really, he hangs up and he calls another bitch ass nigga, and he kicks up he lays on his belly and he kicks his heels up, and they eat bonbons and talk and eat hot Cheetos. Yeah, that nigga called me about that bop, that bitch. I just said, yeah, I don't have a problem with that hoe because I won't get on this platform. F that nigga and F that bitch. See, what you heard him doing on the public video is how he's been talking about my husband. But here's the catch. We already know that. See, my husband already knows that Chris is a bitch. He knows Chris is fake, even from the jump. From the jump, when he was all Tank Davis, Sanetta knows. See, Sanetta knows, but it was irrelevant to us. As long as he stayed in his lane and didn't talk crazy, he was useful. I'm going to use that word very.
He was useful. Sanetta knew that Chris Harris threatened Napah Shadah with Grape, but he was useful. Polite was useful as well. Sanetta knew about Polite and the underage girl, and it's coming. It's on tape saying that Polite scabbed and robbed from women and children. You have the link in the chat. Brother Polite, Sanetta knew about underage girl and scamming.
Very useful. He was no longer useful when he tried to tear down my husband's platform once that polite sentence came out. And so my husband said, oh, and once he tried to destroy, when he tried to get Dane Calloway not to debate Jabari, when he kept on attacking Dane Calloway, because he's jealous, because he thought he deserved that debate. He didn't think Jabari deserved that debate. All that sycophanting that he does for Jabari and bootlicking, it's fake. He doesn't even like Jabari. Y'all shouldn't have let him back over. Yeah, every time y'all let some back in, they screw you. Yeah, that's right, the Watcher. And you know what? It's okay. It's all right. And the people who are in the chat talking about from her first fake husband, well, he may be fake to you, but that's not important. See, that doesn't bother me because he's been my husband for 4 years. It'll be 5 years in November next year. It'll be 5 years. It'll be our 4-year anniversary when we got married, and we have paperwork and we practice polygyny. Remember?
She said they have paperwork. They got married and they have paperwork. Stop lying.
When homos
in the chat, you have the link. Sanetta called Napah dumb.
Sexuals couldn't legally get married. Well, we can't legally practice polygyny yet. You can in Utah to an extent. They, you know, they turn a blind eye in a sense. But all this Wi-Fi wife and fake husband.
All this Wi-Fi wife. She doesn't like that. And we all seen when people told her that she doesn't look that great, she went live for hours and hours and hours and hours. It doesn't take much. And Filthy Frankie got demonetized because of her. Filthy Frankie is such a damn simp. He lost so many friends, so many allies, so many subscribers. Remember, he announced a debate. It was supposed to be $20 and he played it for free. His views went down amazingly and now he's demonetized. She's actually one of the worst things that ever happened to him. He's actually on tape complaining about that. But he's a major simp. But he's a sucker too. He's a clown. He's a disgusting dude, right? So he got his karma. Let's continue.
This is just what you have to do. Because what you're doing, when you talk about us, you think we're the only people who don't see each other all the time. There are people who work. We've got politicians. We've got celebrities. We've got people who don't see each other all the time, who don't stay with each other day in and day out in the same house. But I have a home in New York, and I go there with him and stay in my home.
Napah saying that she has a home in New York. Man, please. You have a home in New York? A home? Not
has a home here, and he stays with me.
And Sanetta has a home in Arizona?
And it ain't at my mama's house. But see, all of that doesn't matter, does it? Because remember, Mr. Bootlicking sycophant Chris Harris, I'm a scholar, I just do debates. No, you don't. You just slander and talk about people and harass people. And the only reason people take it.
Chris is just slandering and harass people and talk about people. Here's a link when she dissed Dulcinea and Sister Freedom. A lot of people have missed so much because she goes live, she's insulting so many damn people, then the video is removed, just like Filthy Frankie Sanada. But we have the receipts. Napah Shadah, and they were over that time, you know. Sanetta and Napah Shadah were over, and she dissed Darcelina and Sister Freedom.
A debate from you is because you will not leave them alone. You harassed Pastor Bennett for almost 4 years for a debate. Tazariak, for years you harassed him. Zion Lex harassed him. Is that the kind of person that you want to be as a debater? People should be like, sure, I'd love to debate him. No, they don't want to debate Chris Harris because he's disrespectful. And he thinks, oh, it's just a woman. I'm going to get, look at this, everybody, and especially Miss Nicole and the women and men who love women and respect women. This man sits up all day talking about how he's this premier scholar like Jabari. He is just like Brother Reggie. He is on that level. Follow me, right? However, he does a 4 hours live stream calling me a whore and a slut and critiquing an interview where I'm going to say this again to everybody. My husband was there in Texas right there with me. Okay? I have witnesses. That wasn't a casting couch. That's the blue couch. That's a great platform. Chris is mad, baby. I'm talking to when I say baby, I'm talking to everybody. Chris is mad. I'm talking to the person who was saying, oh, that was a sexual interview. Oh, really? I got to go back in and.
She's so used to calling dudes babies that she said, oh, when I say baby, I'm talking to everybody. Now I'm ex with Napah and Chris Harris are like two skunks arguing against each other. Well, what's interesting is that we have some receipts. And who knows, when Chris gonna, respond, he may reveal some tea, because we heard a fair bit of tea. And she's going to go in and explain that Chris Harris got 2 different channels terminated. Napah Shadah is even going to talk about Black Jesus Minister in comparison to Chris Harris. And Napah is on tape celebrating when Black Jesus Minister's channel was terminated because he disagreed with Sanetta. Make that make sense? If she's not a fence rider, then what is she?
And screen share a little bit of the interview so you can see that it's not sexual. But Chris is mad. They don't want to interview Chris Harris. They want to interview Napah Shadah. Y'all mad? You can talk about my little double chin if you want to, and my first time ever doing the faux locks, which
I don't know how you write that, faux locks, but her hair looked real messed up. Many people, laughed at her hair when she was interviewing on that couch. It's like, but hey, she knows she took a major L.
That was cute. Y'all can talk about that all you want. But what you can't do is get on the blue sofa and get an interview. You're not interesting enough, Chris. You're not. And people don't care about you. They don't. Especially now that you're not on the biggest platform ever. Shout out to the HOK forever. Especially now that you're on the outside, you had so many chances. No one cares about you, Chris.
HOK forever? My ad forever. Stop biting.
Nobody. The ones who hate me, you'll feel, look how many views you got on your channel because you were featuring me for 4 hours and you were doing just what all of them do. You went down to the gutter. You went to the toilet. You went down to the toilet. You talk about JJ. Guess who was dual streaming you and cheering you on? JJ 7000. So that should tell you.
For the record, I told y'all, JJ 7000. He went back over there, and now he's dissing the platform, the HOK. Filthy Frankie and him. Love Marfa is in the place to be.
You something. And again, I actually tried to help Chris Harris so many times. I was like, he's like, F that nigga, and I not because he lied to Neo and said he didn't get paid from Sonnetter when Sonnetter after the debate.
Nah. For the record, you see that? Chris Harris called me ready to go in at Filthy Frankie Sonnetter. Right? And people can ask Chris Harris what he told me. Got the link in the chat. Chris MVP Harris called me last month. That video, it was a while back. ready to go at Sanetta. Just for the record. Let's continue. Oh, hold on.
That Sonetta did pay him. And then Sonetta's like, I'm not dealing with this nigga anymore. I said, don't trust you, Neo. I was always the one speaking up for this nigga. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just letting you know what a lowlife he is. And then he's mad because I told people stop listening to Chris Harris with about Josephus. This nigga's mad. Woo, Miss Harris is mad, y'all. He did a 4. You did what the women do. And the weirdos, because you are a weirdo. And you do have that one.
Napah Shadah, you're on tape saying that he threatened to rape you, and you're on tape saying that you helped him. Aren't you a weirdo? Aren't you a weirdo, Napah Shadah? You are on tape in the same live stream today. That same live stream when you said he threatened to rape you, you're on tape saying that you helped him. Aren't you a weirdo? So you helped the dude who threatened to rape you? Aren't you a weirdo, Napah Shadah? You are really a clown. But you're doing a great job taking the House of Consciousness down. I must give that to you. You have done a great job taking that platform down. The views went down. Your husband, Wi-Fi husband, ain't getting paid like he used to. You're doing great. Keep doing your thing. Continue the same way, the same path, the same manner, and you're making us laugh every time.
Holy Spirit, and I'm so glad you showed it. I screenshot 2 comments when they said what she said about you didn't warrant this, but that's okay. I hope that person understands. This is Chris Harris. As he critiques a debate that he dreams he could have been in yesterday, that I was in, he says, this whore, a bop means whore. This bop said this and this bop brought out this information. Oh, but you're saying you're on the level of Jabari and Reggie? You could never. You're not on my level. Because what I don't do is go 4 hours critiquing a person's looks and calling a person names because I don't like that they said people shouldn't listen to my information. Check. Can everybody hear what I said? I saw the interview you did on the blue sofa. It was a good interview. Thank you, sweetheart. I really like your comments. And I think you're the Miss, I can't see is this Miss Nicole with Brother Law? Oh my gosh, you're so, you are a saint. Brother Law, I have love for Brother Law, but Brother Law be shaking his head a little bit too much for me. But I know that's your king, so shout out to you. You guys compliment each other. It's a good matchup. So thank you. Yes, and I don't think you would have said that if you didn't sincerely mean that. You speak your mind. You're not the type of person what I've seen who just is a follower like most of Chris Harris's audience. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna share a little bit of it, but I have to go back into my computer. So we can't unite on nothing. Forget about it. This is where we lose. No, my friend, keep it forward records. On the contrary, my friend, we are uniting. We have to unite with those who have our same interests. Like last night, I'm gonna use last night again because I loved that debate. I was heated, but I loved the debate. Even though people are like, you lost, it was still unity. We were at odds on total different sides of the spectrum when it came to the historicity of Jesus. And when it gets heated, like, I'm like, you guys are church hurt and you don't listen. And then Jabari's like, no, you Christian interpolators, y'all be faking it. But we're one. So we can be on different sides. See, the problem is people like Chris Harris have to resort to hateful, personal slander and personal attacks. They have to make fun of people's looks. They have to talk about people's mamas. They have to go into calling people whores and tricks and cucks. That's the those are the people we don't want around. They're not ready yet. They're not ready, so they got to stay over there in the miscellaneous file. Got it? So business rather than this kind of stuff. Honestly, does it help? But see, God mind. Watch this, y'all. See, everybody who's here, you see what the brother's saying? My friend, this is business. Because see, we have to nip it in the bud. If someone is saying something that is slanderous about
this is business. So the guy threatened you with Grape. You had no problem with that. You were cool with that guy. He was on your husband's platform. Your platform. You're part of it, right? This is business. Make that make sense.
About us while we're minding our business, we come in, we do what I'm doing. You don't see, do you see me? By the way, God mind, did you go to his channel and ask him why he did a almost 5-hour stream on me calling me a whore and talk about my husband and saying that I want to have sex with all these different men? Because I became a co-host on Killer Priest Podcraft, because I went on tour and I was singing with the Wu-Tang and Killer Priest with the Moon.
So not just Killer Priest, but the Wu-Tang. Okay. Okay.
Crickets, which Sonetter knew all about that. I'm a whore and a slut. You get it? Why are you not saying that to him, my friend? Why don't more people with this kind of comment go and say, I thought you were MVP, only scholarship. Why are you talking about this woman for 4 hours and slowing the video down, talking about she doesn't have teeth, which I have all my teeth. Okay, all of them. He's looking at the little gap at I think I love it. I love this gap. You think I can't get Invisalign? I like it. It's cute. It makes my teeth look sharp at the bottom. I think it's sexy, and so does my husband. And in the past, it's been seen as sexy. Okay, so if it was my top teeth, maybe I would. But he's looking at a gap in my tooth, saying, "And she don't have no teeth, y'all, and she's 53, 55." First off, being alive is wonderful. Our audience is an older audience. I'm not 53 and I'm not 55, but I even if I was, so what? So my friend Godmind, I wish that you would use this energy, and I'm not saying leave, but you should ask him. Now I'm going into his information and who he is and his character. This is very important. This is business. I'm going to show you why it's business, because this is a debate platform that everyone wants to be on. But if you want to be on the platform, you can't sit up and slander people for hours and talk about calling people whores and cucks. You can't do that, because you shouldn't respect Chris Harris as a debater or as a professional. In what profession can you come in and just talk about somebody, whether you like them or not, even if I was the happy hooker of Hollywood? Why is it okay in...
She's... Even if I was the happy... She has some quotes, man. Even if she was the happy hooker of Hollywood.
This profession, Godmind and everybody else, to watch somebody who claims to be one of the best debaters sit and slander people or bash people. Is that what he's doing? Is that what he is? No. I thought he was Chris Harris, the MVP. No, he's not. He's a disrespectful, dishonest, liar, professional liar when it comes to debating. Let me share. I'm going to go back in, and I said a lot. By addressing this message lowers the value of the channel. I'm not on the channel, my friend. Thank you, the watcher. This is the dumpster, boo.
So she gave the name of the channel where she was streaming, and then she said another channel. I didn't even know. I don't even know how many channels these people have.
I don't mean to call you boo, not to disrespect my husband, but I'm just that's.
See, earlier, you know, I think she said baby. Now she's saying boo. She's so used to calling dudes baby and boo. You know what I'm saying? And she has to, you know, kind of make up for that. Now, Donnie wrote, she's a complete failure, trying to hold on.
I'm talking, get what I'm saying? This is the dumpster, my friend. This is where we take the trash out. This is definitely not on the main channel, so.
Now, Chris Harris, how do you feel? That dumpster channel Sanada made it to go at these ups, and now, I think that's the only video they have on that channel now. Well, no, that's the third one. That's the third one. And the third one from Napah Shadah. The Black Pearl wrote she really needs to disappear from YouTube, or she will bounce once the HOK is finally off. And the HOK is disappearing. You know, he looks like the videos are being taken down because now he's on, you know, Patreon or whatever, you know. She's doing a great job destroying that platform, you know.
And it's on Last Laugh, but Last Laugh is a very much smaller channel. He's
Last Laugh. How many damn channels do they have?
Going over the debate, okay, and I appreciate the comments, but let me ask everyone this who's commenting. Does that make sense that he calls me a whore for 5 hours and talks about my husband and then has the audacity to pull a debate off of my husband's channel or the information and just start critiquing the information? Does that make sense? Or is that niggerish? Is that just how?
She spelled it with the ER this time. N-word-ish.
Oh, ungrateful niggas do, right? Right.
ER, N-words.
Right, I thought so. So let me get this video. And I'm sorry if I offended somebody with the N-word, but for me, that's how my father would put it. Like the audacity. If we're so not important, why are you going over our information? Even if you're going over it with an opposing view, you're going over our debate. I thought we were so trash. I thought you weren't watching us. All that stuff about we don't watch you. When I see my name come up in the algorithm or somebody tell me, I'm going to click on it. And then I'll see you're talking about me, calling me a whore because I said to people, stop listening to Chris Harris. Josephus is credible, because that's what his feelings were hurt about. And then I say something like, Chris Harris is a sycophant. He is a bootlicker. Y'all know he is. If he's not a bootlicker, I was going to say, he went from Solar through Solar's trophy in the garbage that he gave him, and then flagged Solar's channel to where Solar lost a channel.
Didn't I tell you? I didn't even know that. She said that Chris Harris flagged Solar's channel until he lost his channel. Is she lying, Chris? That's how you get down?
Went to the HOK, licked Sonetter's boots. Oh, big bro, because Sonetter was giving him debates. Once he didn't like what Sonetter was doing, he went back over to Solar. Come on, bro. Chris Harris is not credible. He's not reliable. He's not a reputable person. And I'm not talking about slander. His actions precede him. Oh, I forgot to say, he used to be in Torah Knights. He was one of the Torah Knights. Then when he didn't want to be in Torah Knights anymore, he went to IUIC and tried to get them to go against Torah Knights.
So I didn't even know that. She said that Chris Harris went to IUIC. Now IUIC, the only IUIC I know is the Hebrew Israelite organization. You know, they usually dress in purple. And they got into a fight with ISUPK over a chair. I didn't even know that. Now, Donnie wrote, she is correct. Well, I'm learning. Now here, don't know Don't you know no good wrote Chris did get solar channel taken down. I was around back then. Well, it's news to me. Donnie wrote he been in a few groups. I knew he been in a few groups, but I didn't know he took that channel down. And she's gonna say that other channel that he took down.
Nights, and then he flagged Judah's channel to where Judah lost his channel.
Today, Napah Shadah said that Chris Harris took down Solar Mind's YouTube channel and Judas Nasty's YouTube channel. Chris, is that how you get down?
His bigger when he had a bigger channel. So that's his track record. Peace, Tony. The numbers on the HOK are not going down. If you've been paying attention, we just recently went from 198,000 to 199,000 and will more than likely be 200,000 before the end of the year. Thank you so much, Tony Chiba.
The number have been going down. People can just look how many people you have on that platform when he's going live. It's hundreds of people less than it used to be. Hundreds.
Of our premier top moderators and who is locked in solid cement dried in the HOK. So, but I appreciate, the people who are concerned, but it's interesting. Everybody gets concerned when we address real slant. Sometimes with a business, at times, there are certain characters or certain points that you have to address. The reason I'm addressing Chris Harris is because Chris Harris, all of his following is from the HOK. They're disgruntled HOK former audience members who have been locked out by Sonetter. Don't get it twisted. They didn't just leave. Sonetter says, "Oh, you want to be over?" And because they went from this is what it is, everybody. There are people who were in the HOK audience and they didn't really like Sonetter, but they knew this is the biggest place. This is the biggest platform. And once Sonetter started cracking down and saying, "Oh, you're going to be on Garfield's channel and you think you're going to come over here? You can't come over here." So then they say, "Oh, okay, well, we're just going to go for Chris Harris." That's exactly what happened. So it all came from the HOK, but they're really audience members that have a bone to pick with Sonetter. And then they always, of course, want to blame me because he's my husband. And they're mad because I have estrogen and ovaries. Okay, so that bothers them. They obviously have to. That's why you see Chris Harris did a 4-hour video on me calling me a whore. He thought he was hurting me, and he thinks, okay, I know what I'm going to do. They always, JJ said it. We're going to attack Napah because we know it's going to hurt you, Sonetter. But I thought that you were a respected debater. I don't see Dane Calloway having any videos on somebody's wife that he doesn't like for 4 hours calling a whore. Do you guys? Please. What about Jabari or Reggie or who else? Zion Lex.
Once again, I've shared the video in the chat. Zion Lex talked about Napah and Sonetter arguing, and he recorded their argument with his phone. He showed his phone. He said, that I think the next day or the Monday, whatever day it was, he was going to play, but he changed his mind. You know how they get down. Now, Reggie's on tape insulting people using profanity. And here, the museum scam, it was Reggie. And he's lucky I did not find that video regarding the woman who was murdered in Georgia. He's the one who did the scam splaining. The video is there. I just don't remember the title. Look at Reggie right there. Look at Reggie right there. Look at him. Reggie Mabry. The museum tour free of charge, and they were charging $150. Now, apparently, Filthy Frankie did not even go there. Did we see any video of that museum tour? Did they do it? Did it go well? The entry free of charge, and they were charging $150. Who did the scam splaining? Reggie. Look at him. Reggie Mabry. Morpheus. They introduced him as the father of the girl who was murdered in Atlanta. Who did the scam splaining? Reggie did. Also, what else? That one right there. You have the link in the chat. Reggie admits that Polite scammed. After the sentencing, then he admit Polite scam. And Reggie said that he knew about grapes. He said it. They jumped all on that murder. They did. They got money, donation, right? I mean, that's amazing. Introduce a guy, the dude called Morpheus. They introduced him as the biological father of the girl. Who did the scam explaining? Reggie did. Now, there's another one where Reggie called Unc AB. Got the link there. It's in the chat. He called Unc AB. She's gonna talk about Unc. Now Unc, you know, he ain't cool over there. Their world is amazing. Oh, hold on.
In the staircase.
I have to share. I started playing again, but I have to share.
Professional standing. Elder Yara, no man with a real professional standing is going to do the stuff that Chris Harris does. No one. And this won't be long anyway. You know, this is just a dumpster. I'm just pointing his character out. And I'm going to now go into StreamYard. I'm going to get out of this one. Hopefully it won't be choppy. And I want to show you the debate where Chris Harris has cursed out audiences. Don't forget, y'all, you paid for the Pastor Bennett debate, who he attacked Pastor Bennett for 4 years, personally attacked him, following him around. And Sonetter finally worked it out. Go ahead. Pastor Bennett gave him the debate after he trolled him for 4 years. You know he does that. Does he not troll Top Cat? Top Cat said, nigga, what's wrong with you? You're a weirdo. He wanted to debate Top Cat. Top Cat had nothing for him. He was just like, this is a stalker. He stalked Dane Calloway. He stalked Tazariak. He stalked, who else did he stalk? Well, I'll show you his channel. Give me a minute. Okay. Peace, Latoya. Peace, James Davis. Let me go in here and try to get, I want to show you an old video where Chris Harris did, Zion Lex, he kept on bothering him. Zion Lex finally debated him. And that was for years too. Zion's like, I don't want to debate this guy. He's too disrespectful. Everybody was like that. That's how it is. Nobody wants to debate him because he's disrespectful. So when they finally debated, Zion Lex and Chris finally debated, Chris was cool with Garfield, who he is not cool with now. And he got help during the debate, y'all, from Garfield. So I'm gonna show that. And we don't have I don't have the video right now, but anybody knows, Chris said when the moderator's mic was hot, Tazariak's mic became hot. He was talking to his wife. Chris said, your mic is on. And then he said, you know what? F this debate, and left. He didn't say F this debate he said it to the audience who paid. And he left. And then everybody made excuses, always going through divorce. Everybody goes through things. You're not a professional. You're not a professional. Because the mic went hot, you said F the debate just because you were already getting beaten up by Pastor Bennett, or you didn't like the comments. Chris Harris is not a professional. Chris Harris is not a real debater. And Chris Harris is just another low-life gutter person on the internet. If he doesn't get his way, he starts attacking people. So did he win the debate against Zion or Captain? No, he didn't. He didn't win. He didn't win. When he had the debate with Vocab Malone, he's known for leaving debates before they're finished. That's unprofessional. When he had the debate with Vocab Malone, he did his closeout, and then he said, and by the way, F yo MF and God, and click, left. Zion Lex was like, oh, wow, okay. That was unprofessional, and he went ahead and did his closeout. When he did the debate with Israel Doctrine, we told him the format. Because things were getting heated for him, he couldn't answer the questions because he was being exposed for enjoying seeing people.
For the record, she was asked today, she was like, if Chris Harris won in his debate between Zion Lex and Tazaria, and she said no. Now, I'm not here to defend Chris, but I deal with facts. And if I'm not mistaken, the audience of the House of Consciousness voted and declared Chris to be the winner when he debated Zion Lex and Tazaria. So she's lying live on air. Now, don't you know, No Good wrote how he was going through a divorce when he's never been married. Chris is over 40 with no wife or kids. Shaking my head. Those people lie all the damn time. Chris lied about what's his name? Garfield's bachelor's degree. Exhibit D.
See, I've been real nice towards you, dog. You ain't even got a bachelor's. I dare you to come forward now, my nigga, and show everybody that fake-ass bachelor's degree that you showed me, or I'll bring it forth. You don't have a bachelor's degree, my nigga. I cap for your ass over there on Brother Shaka's channel, but I won't cap for your ass no more.
People talk badly about Sonetter, saying people in his chat saying Sonetter have AIDS. That's always going on. That wasn't something new. And then
you ain't got no proof, nigga, that I went to the hospital and they all told me I had AIDS. I went to like 4 hospitals, and the hospitals was telling me that I had AIDS.
Judah got up there and confronted him, and he didn't like it, so he left the debate. So Chris is not a professional. He can't handle the heat. He can't. And at least he could have said, listen, if I feel uncomfortable, I'm going to be leaving this as a professional. He didn't even do that because he's not built for this. So no worries. It says on the screen, having a dumpster channel for this doesn't make people forget whose brand. So, but Godmind, what is the issue? Why do you have a problem with me addressing Chris Harris slandering me and calling me a whore for 5 hours and using our debate to critique the debate? That's not even the issue, but sitting there calling me a whore during the critique. Why do you have a problem with me showing his character? Why? How does this hurt the brand? What is the madness? This is something I want to say. Like, what in the world? Why would anyone want their personal lives to be entertainment for? What the hell are you talking about? Where am I talking about my personal life? Can somebody please in the chat? It's not me, right? Why is this brother or whoever this person is, it could be a woman, why is this person asking me why I'm addressing someone who is slandering and bashing, talking about the house is falling, 4 videos he's done, talking about our brand, and then calling me a whore? I let that go. You know why I went live? Because now he's critiquing the debate that he said the house is falling, but we just had the house lit. And I want people to know this because he has a following that I need to start talking to. You understand what I'm getting at? I want people to make an informed decision as consumers, check. I want you to know when you go to his channel and you think you're listening to a real professional, you're not. You're listening to a man who is disrespectful and unprofessional. Now, my question is, why do you think it's inappropriate for me to point out the truth to the consumer so you can make an informed decision? I'm giving you facts on him. Is it a lie that Chris Harris sat for over 4 hours calling me a whore? Is it a lie that Chris Harris had my face on the screen saying that I wanted to have sex with all these men? Is it a lie that he was telling people that the house is falling and that Sonetter supports people who watch Kitty, PORN? No, it's not. See, we are going to sit back and we are going to keep doing the scholarship. but I'm doing a public service announcement and letting you know who he really is. If anything I'm saying is untrue about him, I would like for somebody to prove it. Thank you, Afro Art.
She lied about two debates Chris Harris had. One with Zion Lex, the other one with Tazaria, and she said that he did not win, that he lost. And the people voted. That crowd over there, they voted.
Okay, sister. But Napah is irrelevant. Just stay with this because Napah said we are with the scholarship, my friend. But this is the dumpster, and people know on the dumpster we take out the trash and then we keep it moving. This is why this channel was set up. Now let me finish, because I'm going to show people the truth, and then I'm gonna move forward, and I'm not gonna worry about it, just like I haven't been worried about it. But if he's going to tear down, this is a thing, this is what people don't understand about social media. Don't believe when people say, oh, just ignore it. Just ignore it, why? Once there are things you do have to address. If you're going to tear down a platform, people who are following you saying, yeah, that platform is done for. They obviously, some of them are not smart enough until we point it out. He's using content from the platform that he said is getting torn down. The person that he called a bop and a whore, and the man who's married to that woman, he's using the content from our debate yesterday. Basically, when I say the content, he's critiquing the content. He's going over it. I thought it, so if I was somebody following him and cheering him on, like, yeah, forget that place, F them, you're the one, you got it, MVP. And then I turned on the show, like, so what are we looking at today? Oh, I'm just gonna go over some of the stuff from the House of Consciousness. It's like, wait a minute, weren't you just saying that they're going down? So if they're going down, why is that all the content that you have? If they're going down, why do I see you're the one trying to tear them down? You keep saying Napah's tearing down the platform while you're trying to tear down the platform. Check. See, this bullshit that I let go so long. Oh, Napah's, I just ignored it. Napah's tearing down your platforms on there. They've been saying this for years. But it's really niggas who actually.
Yeah, again, she knows. People been saying that Napah has been tearing down the Frankie's platform, you know. Danny wrote she want more than one wife so bad he will tolerate this heifer. He wants to be polite so bad.
Really want the platform to fail. Ankh, Garfield, Chris Harris.
Ankh. So what's up, punk Ankh? Ankh Akek, aka the God Killer. Robert West. Ankh, what's up? You remember, Ankh, when you were butt kissing Sanetta going against me? Now you've been kicked to the curb too? Ankh? Where you at, Ankh? Where are some of you know Ankh? AKA Ankh Akek, aka the God Killer, aka Bobby Banger. Right? Now, what did Smash Rockwell say about Ankh? Hold on. Go down a little bit. Wasn't long ago. Oh, it was actually Ankh who talked about. Hold on. How many dollars was it? Let me put the dollar sign. $20,000 stolen by Brother Ankh. Smash Rockwell was stolen, was robbed of $20,000. Here's the link. $20,000 stolen from Smash Rockwell by Brother Ankh. Ankh said he lied.
is your critique on Mboli's work that would make you stand before us and say, yeah, this is what it is, and this is what's going to change aspects of the linguistics field, and this is what's going to add to the linguistic field. See, that's what I want to know. So we should be able to. You got Kofi there. Kofi can put that together for him. He can actually put together the critique of Mboli's.
Bennett is in the place to be hotel to you.
Work in English, right? Since y'all can read French, Woo, you said you translating French, and Asar can read French. Then why not go ahead and publish your critique with Kofi and them?
Okay, so
I'm fast forwarding. I want to get to the part where he talks about the money. It's their world. When they're mad, then you hear, oh, such person accused another one of rape. Such person stole $20,000. I mean, dang, it's their world.
See, let's
We're
see what we're falling into.
How you doing, though?
So, hold on. Let me argue.
Don't have competency in linguistics. And
damn, you know what? I wanted y'all to hear what he said about the money.
He's a scientist, right? Then yes.
Well, never mind. It's on that video. You know, I've shared a link in the chat. Okay. Now, yeah, he cannot read no damn French. Okay, let's finish with Wolf Napah Shadah.
Should I keep going? Raborn. 4 niggas I just named hate the HOK. But those niggas were in Sonetter's ear quite often saying, she's tearing your platform down. She's tearing. No, you're tearing it down. Oh, no, you're not. That's a lie. You're trying to tear down the HOK name. Then you send people over here while I'm live exposing you to say, oh, come on, stick with the scholarship. This is tearing it. This ain't tearing shit down. Besides the lies and the sycophant, and I'm exposing him. So, yeah, let me just keep that very clear right now. Thank you. All right, and the mods see everything. So all this, why don't you stick to the scholarship? Why doesn't he stick to the scholarship? I thought he was the premier debater of all debaters. I thought he shits books. Okay, don't make. I'm getting a little, nasty. But my grandma said shit is her password into heaven, so that's why I never worried about that. But why are you over here? I thought he was so smart and intelligent that he doesn't go take the low road. He is the low road. Now I keep going, but I need to get in here. Yes, Ankh and Raborn, both of them. They have done things against Sonetter, especially Raborn. And I said Ankh in passing. I don't have anything against Ankh. He has a lot against me. He thinks I don't know that he'd be in my husband's ear talking shit about me. But I never really had an issue with him. See, a lot of these niggas don't know. I know you don't like me. But I sit up and I'm cordial with you. I'm peaceful with you. But I don't like you either. Yeah. They say, well, she doesn't know how to control herself and she don't shut up. I don't have to. Let me say this, by the way. Chris Harris talking about she's submissive. Her husband had to tell her 6-7 times to shut up. Why the fuck am I being told to shut up? And all you raggedy, hairy ass niggas are running around cursing each other out and arguing and screaming. But the minute I talk and I might interject or interrupt somebody, oh, you don't got just.
Hold on. All you what? Raggedy what?
Shut up. And all you raggedy, hairy ass niggas.
All you raggedy, hairy, AWS, and words. Since when? I never heard that you hairy ass. I never heard that. What time was it?
Yes, Ankh and Raborn, both. be in my husband's ear talking shit about me, but I never really had an issue with him. See, a lot of these niggas don't know. I know you don't like me, but I sit up and I'm cordial with you. You know, I'm peaceful with you, but I don't like you either. Yeah. They say, well, she doesn't know how to control herself and she don't shut up. I don't have to. Let me say this, by the way. Chris Harris talking about she's submissive. Her husband had to tell her 6, 7 times to shut up. Why the fuck am I being told to shut up? And all you raggedy, hairy ass niggas are running around cursing each other out and arguing and screaming. But the minute I talk and I might interject or interrupt somebody, oh, you don't got discipline, Napah. And then I'm supposed to just sit there. You got me fucked up. It's the toughest environment, right? And I am Napah Shadah. I know how to respect people, but people respect me. I don't have to sit there and listen to something. Remember last night? Watch this, everybody. Remember, if anybody was watching last night when Jabari, I was going and talking about the Han dynasty and the Balaam and the prophecy of Dear Allah. And then Jabari was tired of listening to me. And he said, I'm going to leave. She's going too long. Does anybody remember that? Anybody? I love you too, Marquise. Marquis. I don't know if it's Marquis or Marquise, but listen, remember that? And then what did I do? Even though he interrupted me, I said, okay, I'll stop. See, I know how to respect people when I get respect.
Marcus, did you type that you love her in her chat? Because it's the same username, it's the same profile picture. So you love Napah, Marcus? Do you?
Jabari, I didn't like him telling me to stop, but he respects me and I respect him back. If a bucket-headed drone of Chris hits a panel, and I know he's been loaded up with all kinds of hatred toward me, and he's sitting in the panel talking stupidly, and he keeps going and going, and then I say, you know what? Let me stop you right there and let me get in here. And then he keeps on trying to talk, and then he won't shut up because he's not mature. And I'm trying to shut him up like Jabari was doing last night with me. He won't even say, okay, fine, let me yield. He won't. I get told, it's you. And I'm not talking about Sonetter. I'm talking about all you men out there, all you men who say, oh, Napah's emotional. She doesn't have discipline. What about the other guy? He was doing it too. But you always focus on me. But I don't, guess what? I'm going to keep going. I not care. I don't care what you think about me. When it comes to that, I mean.
Let me go back. She said my name.
Oh, yeah?
Dissing him. Yeah, dissing him, singing.
Set me free, why don't you, nigga? Keep watching Shaka Juju.
Now, if you say, Napah, come on, you know, I've always had your back. You know, you didn't do that right. And I know you're somebody who really supports me. I'll listen and I'll self-reflect. But all this stuff about not being disciplined or submissive because I won't shut up on a panel during a heated debate, miss us, miss me, and miss my husband. Because I listen to everything Sonetter tells me to do. I might not like it. I might have a smart mouth, but I listen to my husband. If he says, don't go out, don't do that, don't go there, don't hit that platform, don't do this, I listen. You're mad? Are you mad that you don't have a wife at all, Chris? And if you did, she damn sure wouldn't listen to you. I don't want to get personal, but I'm just saying he was talking about my marriage. That wasn't even why I was going over this, though. Have potty mouths. Well, guess what? Okay, but let me let you know this, the watcher. I'm going to give you a little, which yes, I have a potty mouth now. I didn't even say the F word before I got into social media. And my husband, he has a potty mouth, and I have matched him, not completely, but I do have a potty mouth. But shit is not a potty word to me. It never will be. It's equal to damn. Shit, damn, hell, they're all in the same category.
Shit, dang, mother. D'Angelo, first album.
The F word, yeah, it's pretty bad. The N word, yeah, saying the N word, saying the F, both F words, the FAGGOT and the FUCK, those are bad words. I'm not proud of using any word like that. So I'm working on it. I take the constructive criticism that I know is helpful to me. But about this stuff about, don't go over this, I have to show you. Now I said enough, you know me. Let me see if I can go back in and screen share this where he gets help during a debate. I thought he was the MVP. No, he's not. Let's listen to him to get exposed by Garfield that he actually got a lifeline. He actually called Garfield during a debate and got information. That's called dishonest, and that's very, very bad as a debater. You can't stand your ground. You can't do it on your own. That's not the first time he's done that, but this time he got exposed. 1 second. I'm going to get it right now. Wow. See that, Tony? Yeah. Godmind is over here talking about this hurts the brand, but you're going to be over there as a mod? And boy, bye. I was getting that vibe. Like, stop that. That's just, you know what that is? That's gaslighting, y'all. That's gaslighting. He's over here trying to act like I'm tearing down the brand by pointing out people who are no, they're not tearing it down, who are slandering and coming against.
She knows she's tearing down the brand. Well, not the brand. It's not a brand, but a platform. But Filthy Frankie, he's a simp. How many close people Frankie had who are not there no more? I didn't even know about Unc. Many of you know Unc. What's up, Unc? You ain't cool with Frankie? Unc, Garfield, Robon, and the list goes on, man. Let's continue.
It's the brand. If we're so bad, why is he critique Godmind? Why is he using our debate? I thought he was doing big things with Ankh and Slower Mind. Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you to Tony. But at the end of the day, you know what? I'm not even shocked. Let me see if I can get in here. Tell me if the video is choppy. I want you to see the video where Zion Lex exposes Chris for intellectual dishonesty. Y'all might not think this is a big deal, but those who are debaters and who watch debate know this is a huge, huge deal. And it takes away all his credit as a debater, all his credibility. It brings him down beneath any credible debater that at least stands his or her ground. If they're choking or drowning in a debate, they take it and they try their best. No, not Chris. He gets lifelines. He makes phone calls to get help during debates. Debates that he harasses people to do. He harassed Zion Lex for years to get that debate. And once he gets it, he couldn't even do it. He needed help from Garfield. 1 second.
Sorry about that noise. It came from Wolf with Napah Shadah.
He ain't called.
See, Marcus? Same username, same profile picture. Did you type that you love her?
Garfield is full of it, bro. He ain't called me and gave me nothing in that debate. I guess no Zion Lex. Y'all probably even know that I didn't even need that. That is horrible, man. Yeah, get on out of here. And at that, remember, guys, I had a slideshow. I prepared slides with that one. The only person that saw that presentation was outside the queue before the debate. And anybody knows, I'll say, hey, man, what you think about this? And besides that, notice what I kept saying in that debate. Your argument fits my argument, Zion. So that's not going to work, Garfield. We know what you're trying to do. You're trying to create a new reason not to debate one of the top people over here on this channel. First, it was a situation with your family. Then it was another situation with your family. Now that you gave me some answers. If that be the case, that would mean that you would not have to sit up there debating. Two, check this out. He sent me some slides and I didn't even use them. And I said, I can't read this.
Turn the camera on.
We're not going to do that. So watch this.
Chris,
Yeah, go
hold
ahead.
on before you get to that, because you brought Garfield up.
Yeah.
Garfield is in the
Go
building.
ahead, let's get it.
Garfield,
Go ahead.
Watch this. Chris, I never emailed you articles while you were live on the debate.
Yes. Watch this. He emailed me an art. First, he said he called me, family, and told me to read this.
We did.
He emailed me in. Hold on. Let me talk. Hold on. We were live the entire debate. Hold on. No, you just said it.
You're a liar.
Hold on.
You are lying.
No, you're a liar. You're a liar.
Garfield is
You're a liar. I'm gonna show you guys.
Where did you get that?
He sent me some stuff.
Article from? Where do you get it from? Where did you get it from? Where did you get that?
I got it from Zion Lex. He was using it. No, he was using it live on air. You're lying. You didn't give me any of that, Garfield. What he did was, hold on. See what he doing? Watch what he does. Watch what he does.
I'm gonna show you this.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He showed me. He sent me. First, you said Torah.com. He sent me some slides with Edith Bruder, and I didn't even use it in the debate.
Yeah, but I
see how you try to mix your lie up? No, you did not. You're telling a lie.
Hold on.
You just tried to mix it up.
All right, hey, Garfield, hold on. It'll be better, because I don't want.
Hold on 1 second, Started. Hold on 1 second.
Slander.
Hold on 1 second. He just said Garfield is a liar. He had his slides outside the queue going. The minute I got on the phone, he said, oh, I did email him stuff, right? Where did you get that article that destroyed dialect that night? Where did you get it from?
Okay, one more time. Notice how Garfield constantly moves his argument around. First, he said he called me with the Torah.com. That was a lie.
I did call you.
Then you said, hold on. Can I finish?
Let him finish.
Can I
Garfield,
finish, please?
Let him finish.
Then he said he sent me some slides that I never used because I couldn't synthesize that information. I didn't understand it because I never read Edith Bruder's work that you presented me. So I said, why present this in my debate? I presented 18 slides that defeated Zion Lex on my own. You tried to help, which is fine because everybody would need a team behind them every now and then. But that does not take away from my debate. What you're trying to do is steal the thunder. And what I did in that debate, I said, thank you, Zion Lex. Your argument agrees with me. And the same slides or the same articles that he was using on Torah.com were on my slides already. Stop it, Garfield.
Let me say something real quickly. The debate is on record. And him bringing up the Torah.com about Deuteronomy 28 and the Assyrian Esarhaddon Treaty destroyed Zion Lex that night. And I
just need 2 minutes of your time and then I'm
Go ahead, Garfield.
Can you share the screen, please, real quick? Okay, this is the day of the debate, February 20th, as you see right here. This is the time period of when the debate is going on. Look at this.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
8:13, 8:38, 9:05, 10:42. Why are you on the phone during the debate if Garfield never helped you? Let me show you something else. Let me take this off the screen. Because since Garfield is a liar, I'm gonna prove to y'all this right now. Look at this now. We love receipts. So look at this right now. This is the actual debate that's going on. So when Zion pulled this out, right? When Zion said this, look at this. This is from the Torah.com website.
Academic biblical study and orthodoxy.
This is Zion talking.
Musings by college professor Josh.
He called me because he was nervous. He didn't have a response for this. So look at the 49-minute mark when he comes in. He's not on his slides anymore. Remember he said he had his slide, right? Look what he pulls up.
I am ready. Now here we go. First of all, he just did an appeal to authority.
You see this? The Torah.com, it's not in his slides. If you notice, it's on Google. He Googled that because I gave him the link to this. This goes into Deuteronomy 28 and the Esarhaddon Vassal Treaty. Why one depends on the other. Who gave him this? This is what murdered Zionists that night. I don't lie, son. I don't need to lie. Good night. I don't need to lie.
Big Garfield in the building. What's that?
Can you guys hear? Thing besides, I rest my case. So this is business. I'm not talking about how he looks. I'm not talking about his woman. I'm not talking about his sex life. I'm not talking about anything besides him and his character. Now, let me know if you can hear me. If it's oh, it's not choppy. Yay! All right, thank you, Tony. I want to show you his content, and I want you to really think of the top debaters. You know, I'm gonna go all the way up to the top that we love. You know, debaters we love, like, of course, Jabari, Zion Lex, Divine Prospect, myself. Who else? Tazariak. Can you go to any of these people's channel and look at their channel and see a bunch of disrespectful stuff? Thank you, Latoya. No, you can't, because honestly, like, even I get somebody who sincerely says, come on, you don't want this to take away from the scholarship. So usually people do care, and they say that, like, we don't want this on our channels, this kind of stuff. Not even this, what I'm doing, but I do need to address the people, and this is the platform where we address these kind of things. When we're being attacked, this is a platform for us to address it, and I think our audience has the right to hear from us, right? I mean, yes, we could keep quiet about a lot of stuff, but we want to be able to talk to you like I'm talking to you today about this liar and this fake and this cheater and this irresponsible, unprofessional, disrespectful, I'll use it again, debater named Chris Harris. You're not a professional. You never will be. And I'm glad he's exposed himself. So I'm going to share something else. I wanted you to see his channel. I want you to take a look at it. Just take a look at his channel. Let's see how he gets his debates by harassing people. Chris Harris, we're going to go to his channel. All right, let's take a look. Everybody, we're all together? Everybody can see the what's on the screen, right? Great. Let's walk down and read these titles. All righty. Okay, let's go. He's live, calling me a bop, which means whore. Or shut up. Source up or shut up.
Phone calls to get help.
Debater named Chris Harris. You're not a professional. You never will be. Chris Harris, right? Let's go. He's live, calling me a bop, which means whore, going over my debate that I had with the other two brothers and with our brother Jabari. So with the other three brothers. Then we go over to this one, of course. Let's address this bop named Napah. That's because I told people to stop listening to him about Josephus. Then we have this. This is another troll video. We did a video about IQ. Here he is, low IQ, huh? Be sure that he's in there disrespecting people, because he is. Judah Stop. Noetic Science is pseudo. Once again, trolling. All he does is troll. Have y'all noticed? He's just always the adversary of everything. He's never original. Let's keep going, though. Ankh West speaks on evolution and proves Egyptians, but look at his thumbnail. Certified simp records, some lady's booty stuck out. This is not scholarship, and this isn't professional. The house is falling. Laugh my ass off. He's attacking the HOK. Why? What it's on? We just are doing business. Judah Nutsy hates Pan-Africanism. Look at the picture. This is not a professional. This is a low life, and he doesn't have any scholarship. And even if he did, nobody wants to debate anyone who's disrespectful like him. Morning Coffee, Sonia Massey, Jesus Wars, Extra Value Meal debates. He's talking about somebody's debates because he's not talking about, he's talking about how we're charging $2.99 for the people who complain about the debate prices. We decided to start bringing the prices down and doing not doing 30 and up on like $30 and up. So we said, you know what, let's not do $30 and up. It's not just because Sonetter got demonetized. It's because we thought about it like, you know what, let's start changing the prices on the debates and make them lower. He calls them extra value meal. See, this isn't a professional. All he does is troll and talk about us. What's wrong with these bums? This isn't a professional debater. Bobby Brownjaw versus Chris Harris. This is not a professional, respectful debater. Return of Bobby Brownjaw. Jeremiah Judah melts down. I don't care what happened. He calls himself a professional. He calls himself a premier debater. Premier debaters don't behave like this. Let's keep going, though. He did an apology to Neo X because he was going back and forth with her back then. And he really, that's a way he thought he could hurt Sonetter, but he hurt himself. Let's keep going. Judah Nuts provides us with Booger Sugar Scholarship. Booger Sugar Scholarship is something he's been saying about a lot of people. Let's keep going. Judah Nas. Oh, here it is. Chief X. I told y'all Chief X would run. Remember he had a debate that was set up with Chief X? Chief X didn't want to debate him. Why? Because he's disrespectful. So it's not just Judah who makes videos on him, which are response videos. It's not us. Chief X didn't want to do a debate with him. He's disrespectful. Chief X will die. That was before Chief X got out of the debate. All coons look alike. This is not a professional debater. This is not a respectable debater. Why I've taken a break from social media. Right. Garfield Reed displays new minstrel show scholarship. This is the guy that you call MVP? This is all he does. Nobody wants to debate him. He's disrespectful. Let's keep going. He has no discipline and he has no respect. He talks about Africa, does his morning coffee title, talks about Passover. I'm sure he was being disrespectful. But let's look at what he said about Brother Reggie. Does Brother Reggie do videos on people? Of course not. He just does scholarship. But what does he have? Reggie, quote, crybaby Mabry, stops by crying. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see what Tony, exactly. So go over to his channel and push peace. Caught red-handed. You don't see these types of titles on the HOK, never will. That's right, brother. We don't do this. We do scholarship. Let's keep going, though. It's not just Reggie. It's not just Chief X. It's not Judah Naz. But let's leave Judah out because Judah will bang back like a wild tiger. So let's talk about people who don't bang on him personally. They just do scholarship.
So she's speaking positively about Judah, but Judah's Nasi said this.
I swore on the Torah that Napah Shadah told me that she got her doula license taken away because of pedophilia. Guess what? Nobody said a goddamn word.
Scholarship. Already we see he went after Chief X, disrespected him. Garfield Reed, he still attacked him disrespectfully, calling him a minstrel. Here he is talking about crybaby Mabry. Here he is going in on, look, Ali Muhammad provides us with housing voucher scholarship. Do y'all not see what I'm showing you? Do you see what I am showing you? Do you see the type of person he is? Those are insults. Those are low down, dirty, unprofessional, disrespectful insults. Why would anyone take this guy seriously is beyond me. He's tearing himself down. Look at the video. Look at the picture with the 40 ounces. Chief X proves 40-ounce consciousness. He's disrespectful to Black people. By the way, these are racist comments. Housing voucher scholarship, 40-ounce consciousness. Let's look at the racism he does. Minstrel show scholarship. Why does it have to be minstrel show? Oh, all coons look alike. Minstrel show. Housing.
V. Bennett, I don't know if you're still here. Tell me if you're still here, brother. I think you've seen the video I did regarding Chris Harris insulting a sister. I don't remember the title, but I think he talked about her lips or hair, something to do with, you know, physical feature that Black people have. And maybe if you remember the title, just one word, you know, I've been trying to look for it. Now, Donnie wrote, man, they know how to shovel some dirt around.
Voucher, 40-ounce consciousness. Nobody did anything to him to where he should be talking to them in a racist way. He's talking about what they're teaching, right? Let's keep going. Big Chief Top Cats continues to prove Cobra Commander scholarship. I'm telling you, this is the guy that you guys are talking about. Anyone over there taking him seriously does not know, doesn't have very good discernment. There's no way you should take this guy seriously. That's why I'm saying I'm not the only person. I'm glad he showed what he did to me. He talks about me. He calls me a whore in the back. Silent K, I know you're out there. You admit it. Chris talks about me. You didn't even admit it because you're too loyal. I said, Sonetter asked him, he said, you mean to tell me you're friends with him and you're going to tell me he never talked about Napah to you? And Silent K just sat there and said, you know what? I'm not going to comment on that. Of course he talks about me. That doesn't bother me, but I'm glad the people can see who he is. Let's keep going. Okay, Chief X dies on his own sword. Shake my head. That's not too bad, but I'm sure he's disrespecting him in the video. Root words provides, ready y'all, more racism toward Blacks. Liquor store scholarship. I thought he was pro-Black people. Now, I'm not talking about when people are attacking me.
Now, I remember, and he wrote it's some video, I think it was on closed platforms. Somebody sent a video. It was in a Hebrew closed room platform. Do you remember me playing it, Brother V. Bennett? You know, I'm gonna try to look for it. Actually, I was looking within my channel. Now I'm just gonna look on YouTube. But that lady's talking about racism and Black people. I mean, her own husband. And Bennett wrote, yeah, you played, I believe. I'm going to look for it.
And I do my slave voice, my slave accent. Because that's when I hear somebody coming at me from Chris's channel talking about you Dominican and you don't love Black people. And why are you saying that our IQs are low? Why are you saying we got to do something about it? I didn't say, I'm not focusing on IQ, but we do need to start reading more and get better at doing things. And I know it has to do with our oppression and slavery, but that's when I do my, so massive, we can't go in there, science in there. Like when our sister Dulcinea was doing the debate and I did that. That's me as a Black person saying, stop being ridiculous. We're not going to be these shuffling, ignorant people. But he's over here calling people liquor store scholarship. What else does he do? Look at this. Sister Bethy. What does Sister Bethy do to him that he put this up here talking about? Look at that picture he did I'm telling you, this isn't a real scholar. This isn't a professional. This is a low life, disrespectful troll. Sister Bethy provides us with, quote, Mammy Coon scholarship. Notice everything he says is a derogatory thing toward Black people. Liquor store. I thought he was so pro-Black. Housing voucher, Mammy Coon, minstrel show. Abos now support the Confederate flag. I don't take this man for his word. I'm getting into information. Oh yeah, right. Sure you are. Let's see. The book of Genesis is trash. Okay, well, let's see. You see what I'm showing you though? Let's see here. Nature Boy Revisited. Why? But okay. Oh, look at this where Ankh is entertaining him. But look at what he did. He shows radio, Cuba Gooding, where he played the autistic challenge guy. Morning Coffee, Bobby Boogers, calls him Boogers, displays scientifically illiterate scholar shit. Sleazefield, okay, I thought he was a professional. This is what his people like this. When Devion went over there to debate him, listen what he says about Devion. Judah Natsara and his side chick, Devion, why would he attack that young brother and call him a side chick over information? That brother's married. He's raising 3 babies with a Black wife. He follows Torah. He follows his belief. He's building a home. He bought a home. He's remodeling it. Why is this brother a side chick? I thought you were pro-Black. But they don't mind. They like him calling a brother side chick because the brother says attacks was going back and forth about the information. See what I'm saying? Here he is with that ignorant person off of what's that show? You know what I'm saying? It would be one thing if he's like, well, that's how I do things, but he sits up and acts like I'm so highbrow, I read and I'm so professional and you guys are not as smart as me. I'm such a great debater. I'm on the level of Jabari. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not on the level of Jabari as a debater. You're not. If you were on the level of Jabari as a debater, you would be respectful as a debater. Chat, I got to look at the chat for that one. Right? If you, let me see, Napah is boring when she tries to act smart. See, these are people from his channel. First off, I'm not acting. Come on now, Judah Naz is worse when it comes to stuff. Let me show you the logic of Blizak. But Blizak, your master, your leader, Chris Harris says he's the premier debater on the level of the highest, most professional debaters. He says that he's a serious scholar. Okay? That's why I said don't worry. When I was going through the list, I said don't worry about Judah Naz. Chris Harris touts himself as the premier debater on the level of professionals like Jabari, Reggie, Zion Lex. He's not. He's not on the level of them. Anybody. I don't do what he does. If you want to be a premier debater and you want to be respected, you don't do these kind of things. You don't disrespect Black people for no reason and call young Black men side chicks and call Sister Bethy a mammy. You look at the picture he did with snot coming out of Devion's nose. How is he supposed to be on the level of a respected debater, y'all? Yeah, exactly. And the watcher, as you see, is not, he's not being biased toward me. How is he a respected debater and he's got all of those slanderous videos? It's weak, and yes, it is. And we're starting to see how weak it is. And you saw Garfield had to help him during a debate that he was begging for. So let's go finish the list. I could just go on and on. Let's keep going. Look what he did to Top Cat's face with the eyes because he didn't want to get a privacy strike. He calls him legendary top trash, lies again. Why is he calling him top trash? Just because he doesn't like his information? Huh. Let's keep going. What kind of respectable debater does this? Look at the picture, that the face. Look what he does to the face of Top Cats and Chief X. Legendary top trash tells the truth. Chief X provides us with Moringa oil scholarship because Chief X sells Moringa oil, but that is a black thing as well. He's very disrespectful. He's very racist towards blacks. He says a lot of very racially motivated things that are not even warranted. Look what he did to Dulcinea's face. Dulcinea, aka Delusionea, provides us with genetic buffoonery scholarship. He did this just because Dulcinea went on Saw Netter and showed her DNA results. He thinks it's okay to slander people, to lie. Slander means lie. To lie on people and to disrespect people and insult people. See? Because he doesn't like their position as far as teaching. He's not respectable. He's just a troll. And I could go on and on. His whole, I mean, look at Dane Calloway. The Abos proved where Waldo's scholarship. He trolled Dane Calloway for almost 2 years, I think, maybe longer. Insane explain away displays where, and he wonders why no one wants to debate him. He wonders why no one wants to debate him. He wonders why no one wants to debate him. Nobody wants to debate Chris Harris. I think I made my point.
People in the chat or later on leave a comment. Chris Harris, he lost a debate with a lady. And I think it was a black woman. And it was probably on that, SVDL platform, right? And then he like insulted her, talked about, her having big lip or thick lip, like he may have said, you thick lip, HOE or something to that effect, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for the video, it would have been interesting for people to be to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's in the video that I covered where he talks about the accusation of rape. But anyway.
This was important to do because I want to show everyone while you're over there and you're saying, oh, Napah's boring. Oh, Chris, you're the MVP. MVP of what? Of disrespecting people? Top Cats does not want to debate him. Dane Calloway doesn't take him seriously. Zion Lex doesn't take him seriously. Pastor Bennett doesn't take him seriously. I won't divulge what I know personally, but people that he sycophants to at this point, bootlicking, saying how the GOAT. I'm not quoting Jabari, but Jabari is not interested in being associated with anyone who just trolls people and talks about people. I'm not speaking for him, but he's a Ma'at priest, and he's a real scholar, and he's a real historian. He's a real professor at a
But you're on tape calling him a scam artist.
College in New York. He appreciates the adoration, but you're a bootlicker, Chris Harris. You think that he's going to be okay with you and you're disrespecting one of his dearest friends who is Saw Netter? They're friends in real life. And I'm not even trying to put Jabari on focus, but like, you see how he panders to Jabari because Jabari is Jabari. He wants what Jabari has. He wants the following. He wants the respect. He wants the adoration. You'll never have it. You're not Jabari. You're not Jabari. Jabari can eviscerate you. And you think you're having a slow dance, but he's killing you softly. Chris, you're not Jabari, bro. You never will be. You're not respectable. You're not loyal. You're not honorable. You call black women whores when they're not whores. You disrespect black men who are your elders and who have built you up. What more can I say, right? Shout out to Inky. You attack a black man who actually gave you the little bit of recognition that you have right now and your audience. So I think I said enough. Okay. Stay away from people who lie, who cheat during debates, who curse their paid audience out. Oh, let me see if I can get the video where he left the platform before. Senator probably took it down, but he had a debate with Vocab Malone. He had the audacity to, once he closed out, he said, F this debate. No, F your God, not F this debate. He said, F your God. He said F this debate when he left the paid debate with Pastor Bennett. But when he did the debate with Vocab Malone, he said, F your God.
I'm looking for a Chris video, but earlier you heard that lady talk about her hairstyle. That's what it was, you know. Anyway.
And left before the debate was even over. Huh, you are not a professional. And all you could do is talk about, oh, she's a whore, she's this, she's that. I'm not a whore, but even if I was a whore, I'm a whore who's a better debater than you, more professional, more respectable. Okay, so let me see. Where is it? I think Senator took it down, but Yara has it up. So let me see if I can find it where he actually curses the people out. I think he says, and anybody out there who believes in this God, or he says to Vocab, F your God. Let me see if it's on here again. I'm gonna go to the end. I hope y'all heard it. Hold on. I don't know if y'all did the whole thing. Damn. Nope. He didn't get it. Well, it's not up anymore, but anybody who knows and was there, he cursed the audience out. He cursed the audience out and he left. Oh, I think Vocab might have it. Here it is. Uh-oh, wait a minute. It's a 2010. Hold on. I think I found it on oh wow, I found it. He got beaten by Vocab. He got beaten. I found it. Thank you. Oh, this guy compares himself to the top. Please don't take. They're flowing. What does that mean, Tony? Tell me what you mean. Oh, I think you're saying because it's going fast. Let me show you guys. I wasn't lying on him. I'm not lying. I don't lie on these people. Watch him at the end of this professional debate with Vocab. Thank you, Vocab, for having this video up. Fair use of my husband's debate that is on our brother Vocab Malone's channel. All right, let's get it. So watch when he closes out because he was getting beaten. I'm gonna let you see the end. So, and look at where he got his popularity, y'all. Sonnetter. So let me go ahead and share this. I want you to hear him how this guy says he's a professional debater and he's so disciplined. He has the audacity to say, Napah, you need to work on your discipline. That was gaslighting. And I always remind him, you're the one who curses people out during debates and leaves in the middle of the debate. Okay, now let's go ahead and present. All right, let me play it. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
Said himself when regarding Leviticus, the 25th chapter, that it is not an ideal situation. He said that because he knows that he does not want to be owned as property by anyone forever. But then he tried to say, oh, it's a form of selling yourself into destitution. Well, if you can sell yourself into destitution and somebody can own you forever, that is still exploitative, sir. The fact that you can sit up there and own a man's wife and children and try to force him to, hey, become a slave forever if you say you love your wife and your kids, because that's the stipulation that they put in there, shows that you're even blind. It shows that you don't use common sense. It shows that you have cognitive barriers put all up around you. And it's, yes, you are a slave to Christ.
Okay, now you hear how he's debating this guy? Those are called ad homs. Right there, that's not professional debating. You're blind. You're a slave to Christ. Yeah, you know what? I have no problem with Sister Dulcinea. She, you know, it's water under the bridge. She minds her business. She's professional. And all the sisters over there, definitely. Nobody is more unprofessional than Chris Harris, and Dulcinea and I have that in common, where Chris Harris has been highly disrespectful to both of us just because we're women debaters. Okay, so yes, James, you notice these are ad homs that he's using. Blind and you're a slave to Christ. There are ways to word things in a debate. You can get that same message across without being insulting personally, but Chris Harris doesn't know how to do that. He can't. Let's keep listening to him.
Christ doctrine itself is an enslaving doctrine, because it tells you that you shall be put in chains, you shall be put in holes, you should be put in jail. Even in the book of Revelations, it tells you that.
Look at poor vocab. See how he's keeping, that's a professional debater. See how he's keeping his composure? He knows this guy is insulting. And I'm not talking about the doctrine of the Bible saying slaves. He's personally attacking this guy. He's not doing the information. He's not a good debater. That's why I ranked higher than him. When I first started debating, I could run rings around this guy as a professional. Even in my presentation I'm doing right now, I haven't gone down below the belt like he does. It's impossible for him, because he is an emotional wreck, unstable, disrespectful, misogynistic, sexist, dishonest, bootlicking. And when I say bootlicking, I mean, I'm not gonna baby him. He's a bootlicker. He's a sycophant. He panders to the authority. You know how he says appeal to authority when we talk about debating, and Jabari used that. He's the epitome of appealing to authority. Anybody need their boots cleaned? He's got a tongue for hire. Let's keep listening.
These things are going
to. The difference between him and me, I would never say that in a debate. He would. Let's keep listening to this unprofessional, low-life debater when it comes to debates. He's low. He's subpar.
Happen to Christians, which he admitted in the book of Revelations is supposed to be the end of all things. So therefore, it's not even liberating at the end of it. What he tried to use is this moral code that he likes to talk about. He even sat up there and said that, oh yeah, God can punish and kill he who he chooses with his righteous judgment. But then he wants to use it there when it suits him, but then turn around and try and say that God is a liberating God. But God hates a group of people because of the gods that they worship. Let me explain something to y'all here. The Bible, the fact that he said he doesn't agree with this after he said that, oh, they're just selling themselves into slavery. They're selling themselves. But then when you read it to him in its proper context, which none of these Christians called up here and addressed, he said, it's something I don't want to morally, I don't think that it would be a good situation for. Why does he admit that now? The debate is over because he knows that it is inherently oppressive. It is inherently.
Isn't this amazing? Look at the bottom. The person who donated $5 said, never trust a yes man. That's the name of the channel that donated. Chris is a yes man. When he knows it's going to benefit him, he's not even the wingman. A wingman is somebody who's got some honor. He's a yes man sycophant. Who's the guy who followed Puffy around with the umbrella? His old Puffy's boyfriend, his secret boyfriend. What was it? Cartwright or Fort, whatever the dude. That's Chris. He's the umbrella holder. He's the bootlicker. He's the yes man. And that's crazy to see that at the bottom. Never trust a yes man, $5. And the comment was, keep doing your thing, Sa. Let's keep listening to this non-debating and the closeout. This is his closeout. I don't know about y'all, but it's giving emotional, like, you Christians. You know, he used to be a full-fledged Jesus-loving Christian all his life, and even into his front when he came in as a debater. It's giving emotional Christian. It's not giving, and now I'm closing out my debate. Let's keep listening.
Really exploitative. God should have known that man will take a doctrine such as this and take it into other people's lands and try to sit up there and use it as a power wheel against them by telling them, because this book says something, because this book says that it's evil, that your culture is evil. They are adjudicating other.
Now, you see what he did? Now, some people would cheer that on like, oh, he threw the Bible. How are you trying to be taken seriously as a debater, though? If you're just a character, yeah, they love you. If you're just another YouTube personality, you're going to get a lot of love from the people who think that's entertaining. But you're trying to tell us that you're a professional debater on the level of Jabari, a professional scholar on the level of me, on the level of Zion Lex, Naphtali. Yes, you're not even on her level because you're not professional. He threw a Bible just now, y'all. It doesn't, I'm not triggered because, oh, the Bible, I know that's a book. But the point is, would you ever see Jabari or Brother Reggie throw the Bible? Brother Reggie was going in on the information of the slave Bible. Would you ever see Brother Reggie throw a Bible during a presentation, during a professional debate? Never. He's a professional. He's a real respected scholar and teacher. He's a historian and a researcher. He's a chematologist. Would you ever see, you think you'd ever even see Smash Rockwell, who we know was a rapper, or is a rapper, excuse me. He was at one time very, very famous, and he's still, a very well-known rapper. But my point is, he's a rapper. You think you'd ever see him sit up here and say, F your God, and throw him Bibles and stuff? No, he just goes with his professional information.
I'm not afraid to say what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah. Nigga, yeah, I'm going to play and follow the fucking law. Nigga, yeah, I'm going to play and follow the fucking law.
Okay, brothers. Y'all heard that, right?
I heard.
The brother said that he's going to grade and follow the law.
And you supposed to, JJ? And you supposed to, Quana. But you niggas don't believe in that Bible. You know how silly your God is. See? You niggas know how dumb your God is. You niggas know now that this Bible is bullshit. That's what you niggas know.
And he's cool. But Chris Harris thinks he's trying to brainwash us and gaslight us and make us think that he's on the level of Jabari. No, my friend, you're not. You're a wild ass. And that's it. You're a wild ass. Remember Ice Age, those who have children? Yeah, you're a wild ass.
People's cultures according to one's own. And that is the true definition of what ethnocentrism is. The book is only written from the position of the Israelite. Jesus never said anything about coming to redeem some European. That is a Pauline doctrine that this brother was teaching. The Bible never speaks of everybody. It only speaks of the Israelites. Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Ezra, all of them are only speaking to one group of people. They are not speaking to you. And what does he offer you all? Liberation theology. He said that it was a concept because he does not believe that people can be liberated or freedom. When he asked me, what does freedom mean? And I told him that freedom is liberation, which your Bible does not offer. It is oppressive. It has sanctioned genocide. They have songs about bashing babies' heads in. I guess it don't mean that in context. They celebrate a damn festival called the Passover in which African children were killed.
See right there, that's true. That's good. That's good information. See, he should. Why didn't he stick with all? Just stick with that right there. Instead of saying they, the debate was about the Bible. You notice how he made it into a personal thing? He didn't say the Bible says do this to African children. You get what I'm saying? That's professional debating, my friends. Some people might say, well, you know, he said.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
You wrong. You don't know. Everybody on my circuit, they against the Israelites. We hate the Israelites. We can't stand their doctrine.
I want to get them niggas Shaka though. I want to get Shaka and B. Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
Our trauma and everything I've been through and not try.
Yo, check this out. Sanetta, fuck you.
What you want, Sanetta? Get your ass out of here.
Hey.
So what? No, but remember, this is the guy who says he's the top premier debater. This is the guy who says he has the audacity to let the word discipline come out of his mouth when he's giving people advice about debating. Why is he going personal with ad homs? Why are you not saying the Bible says this, the Bible says that, this is the Bible? You can even go as far as to ask a question. I don't understand why anyone would follow this, or who would follow this. That's professional. And it still has the same effect. But no, he has to be unprofessional, unrefined, and attack. Let's keep listening. He has to get personal. They, he, this, you.
Okay, well, you know, I'm done with Bofu from Napah Shadah. I looked for that quiz video. I didn't find it, but you know, he lost the debate and he was mad and he insulted a sister. You know what I'm saying? So, if somebody want to say what's up, I share the link, and you know, if there's nobody, then I'll call it a day. Here's the link. Actually, I'm just gonna wait 1 minute. I'm gonna put the timer. There it is. And I don't think I'm gonna play the outro. Bennett wrote, give me 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. We have the same time. It's going to be 6 a.m. in our time. Next time, brother, next time. It's already 30 seconds. Yeah, hero, never mind. No. I've been on for 3 hours already, you know, so. Thank you, brother. He'll get some rest, peace. You know, I really do it because, you know, those people, if there was a link, I would have pulled up, I would have done this, I would have done that, you know, so. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue or state facts. If you're not part of the solution, part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Do I to do a Necheru? Ho tap.